In this building, which would be great.
Oh, is that a fade in?
That was the fade in because we are going live.
Hey.
Production has increased dramatically here.
It's very nice.
Well,
the
a little bit
fade in of music.
Feels nice. Sounds good. Looks good.
I know.
All right,
I'm excited. So are we live right now?
We are live right now. How amazing is that?
Feels good to be back.
Feels good to be back. It's a Thursday. It's your favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
Q&A Thursday.
Yes.
3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Actually, 3:03. Top of the hour.
Yeah, we like to run a little music to give ourselves a minute to get prepared.
Well, we were all prepared. We were in here.
I'd like to
Well,
say,
see, that was the thing. You guys are downstairs. I was promoting, so I have a job to do.
I would like to say that 2020 is the rise of the survey.
Rise of the survey.
The year
Yeah,
of
Rise
the
of
survey.
the silver
Years of the
survey.
survey.
The
So
rise
we're going to have a
of the
new
silver-
survey coming out every day. They will be about different things. Wait,
Oh, man.
maybe we should do a poll and then we can
Well,
talk about
I
the
did
poll.
pay
Oh, we should
money
do a
for that
survey
survey
for a poll.
service.
Yes.
Well,
We're gonna
that's
use
why
it.
Dane's going to
Features.
use it.
I'm going to use it.
He's got to get his money's worth.
He's
But
like, hey,
the
I
most
paid for
important
this.
stuff, the big broad stuff, had to get
Ooh,
that out the way
I got the
first.
next survey. What should Dane buy? That's the next
Oh, that's
survey.
a terrible,
Next
Cars that
terrible
Dane should
idea.
buy.
And
No,
then
letting the survey decide
let
what
the
car Dane
survey
buys.
decide, and then you actually have to do what they say.
You have to.
How amazing would that be?
I don't have YouTuber money to
We
be
could-
able to do that.
No, you do. You do.
How many kids
Because
should
their
Dane
suggestions
How
are going to
many-
be. Oh,
Next
whoa.
It's just a weekly survey of all kinds of great topics.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
no.
other innocent things like what's your favorite ice cream
Oh,
flavor?
that's a good
Thank
one.
you.
I like
But-
that one.
But I guess we're not
Everybody
going
knows
that route.
I love ice cream. And if we need to create a survey on that, I am fair game to
Fair.
reply to that.
have? That's fine. That's
Okay, I'm cutting everybody off to say this is the serious half. This is
Oh,
where we
sorry,
answer
Dane.
detailed
Oh,
questions.
okay.
Here's
We are
what
on the
my
ball. I
pinky's
wanted to give
out.
us a
My
minute to
pinky's
warm
out
up.
for when I drink.
Old habits die hard, but We are serious about
Yeah,
answering your
Eric
detailing
Tim
questions for the
moaned.
first hour. Then we're not so serious after
I think it was more of a groan.
So,
Tim
Yeah.
in the end there. So
Okay.
all right, guys.
Let's
So
do
we
it.
are here. Hans closing right out the gate. Yeah, I'm first.
Yep.
Hans, what's happening? Kyle House is in the house, and it says, "Happy New Year, everyone. Could you explain some of the differences between polishing clear coat and polishing gel coat?
Great
I have a
question.
friend who polishes his boat with Meg's 49 oxidation remover and Meg's 45 high gloss polish. Says the result only lasts about 6 months. Is that normal? And are these filler products?" Okay, so Kyle, yes, some of those products do have fillers. I can't say for certain about the Meg's 49 and Meg's 45, but I will say gel coat versus clear coat is very different. Gel coat will oxidize at a much more rapid rate without proper protection. Now, you've also got to think about the like if you've got a boat sitting on the water, water is a reflective surface.
Yeah.
So you are getting a ton of sun.
It's enhanced.
It's enhanced sunlight hitting the top side of that boat.
Zoom in, enhance.
Yeah, enhance.
How is it so detailed?
So the point is, yes, it's going to deteriorate much more rapidly, and it's especially when you're on a lake and you know, let's say you dock it and you park it you take it out every weekend. That vehicle is then exposed and open to the elements and stuff like that, as well as you've got, let's say it's a saltwater. Maybe
Sure.
you're in a saltwater lake, or you actually have you're on the ocean, or you're just in a lake. You've got a lot of different outside environmental influences. So yes, a boat will have the tendency to deteriorate or oxidize much faster than, say, car paint in the same setting. But the difference is if you can provide the right protection to a boat. So ceramic coatings are becoming more and more prolific in the marine area, but it's the fact that gel coat on its surface is very porous.
Yeah.
So you need a lot of ceramic coatings don't really work. Not every ceramic coating works on a marine surface. So
Different
those are
animal.
some of the different things that you need to worry about. But realistically, I'd maybe check the SDSs on the Meg's 49 oxidation remover, Meg's 45 high gloss polish to see, because the polish may actually have a filler. I don't know, but you never know. Check the SDS and find out for yourself.
Who do we know who does a lot of boat work?
There's a lot of folks you can reach out
'cause
to.
I know there's a number of them. I was just thinking of somebody he might be able to.
Yeah,
reach
you can
out
get on
to.
just get on the podcast group. We've got a few friends that are boat guys, and they will help you out.
At the very least, the PNS guys definitely know boat
Yeah,
stuff.
they've got another line called Babe's Boat Stuff.
Babes Boats Juice.
Babe's Boat Juice.
I actually really like the Babes
It's good
line.
stuff.
It's great branding.
Dan
too.
Pfeiffer says, "Word up from Frozen, Minneapolis.
Ooh, chili.
Would like a Dane car ownership update to start 2020.
Oh.
I heard the number may have gone up? ? I have a hard time keeping up with one car. Must be rough living, Dane."
I'm always looking, but the reality is there are 3 cars in the driveway currently. Number 1, 2014 Ford C-Max Energy plug-in hybrid. The number 2 is
Very
the
nice.
Jaguar 2011 XKR with some mods lowered, etc. And the third is the Explorer Sport Track, a 2002 model. And frankly, I just find it really boring to drive. But honestly, it's not a bad truck. It's just I find it boring.
It attracts other middle-aged women, and
No,
no.
It's old men look at it and go, yeah, that's the kind of truck I want when I turn 80.
Yeah. It is an 80-plus truck,
So
but
yeah, my 80-year-old neighbor got rid of his Explorer Sport. Truck.
But
It was
once
white.
again,
He
like,
lowered
it's
it.
not a bad
He
vehicle. It's
lowered
just
it so that he
boring.
could get inside the vehicle. What do you guys think of this mustache?
I think
Pretty
you should
good?
keep doing that.
It is
Dan
very
Pfeiffer
mustachio.
saying Yoda Hans closing. And I got a great question here from Reginald Peterson. Says, what is the benefit of using WOWO's leather cleaner if WOWO's interior cleaner can be used on leather? Will the combination of interior cream and the leather clean yield the same result? So that is a great question, right? So why would you have two
Interior
products
cleaner?
that can technically do the same thing? Well, I'll tell you right now. Almost every single interior cleaner or interior detailer can also be used on a sealed or coated leather. And so it's not the fact that they can all do the same thing, so they must be the same product. It's that there is different substrates in them, and that they're chemically different to target different things, right? So while the interior cleaner can be used on leather, right, and it would work very similar to like an all-purpose cleaner in terms of removal of certain things, the actual leather cleaner is designed to be used on leather, as it is safer for leather, but it will also target the salts and the fats and things like that that have that basically your skin, right,
Yeah,
deposits into that kind of that porous leather coating. So the leather cleaner, if you were to do a 50-50 shot of one next to the other, it seems to be that the leather cleaner is much more effective and leaves behind a different feel on the leather than the interior cleaner will. And that's from my experience. I think Levi's kind of had the same experience. And it is true that the leather cleaner really does kind of strip all of those oils, and it really leaves a soft, smooth, almost like a supple surface. And then when you follow up with a leather cream, that's what locks in that protection, that UV protection, and keeps it looking
Well,
good.
everybody kind of saw. I did a little story post where I was cleaning some light-colored leather on a minivan.
Yeah.
And I didn't have Volvo's leather cleaner in my garage. I ran out, and all I had was interior cleaner.
Yeah.
And so I utilized that, and it worked for that pinch, and it did it safely and effectively. Now, it didn't clean it as well,
Yeah.
but it did clean it up.
Yeah.
And utilizing like the little color lock brush worked
Yeah.
really well with it. It was able to create a great lather. It was able to clean it really well, and it didn't dry out the leather like a traditional all-purpose cleaner would.
Yeah.
Because it is formulated differently. Because the goal with interior cleaner was that you'd be able to clean your interior panels and wipe them dry, and they would still be safe and protected. They wouldn't be dried out and weird feeling and things like that, like other interior strippers. So the point was that you could utilize it as a standalone product, but you could also use interior finisher after it to then give the UV protection and static resistant and sort of dust repellency and all that kind of stuff. But I used it with leather cream to reconnect that half as best I could, and it worked just fine. So in a pinch, interior cleaner will work on leather, but it is not designed specifically for leather. It is designed for your plastics and your vinyl. Same way, like if I use the Color Lock vinyl cleaner, it could work on leather, but it's not designed to work on leather.
Yeah.
It's even though it's a Color Lock product, it's designed to work on the vinyl surfaces. So, but yeah.
Yeah. There's little compromises. when
We
you
got Future
use
Prison says,
other stuff.
top of the morning to y'all. We got Kyle Kama saying, starting soon, start now. Okay, well,
demanding
on it.
much.
here we are. We got Jan Bailey 60, a new name. Have you guys seen Jan Bailey 60?
Last week.
Last week was the first time. Okay. So we got how to get windows super clean, get rid of water spots on windows. So Jan Bailey, we actually have a full video on that on the Rag Company YouTube channel showing how to get rid of hard water spots and how to get them as clean as possible.
Yep.
We got Josh Randall says, I know it's been gone over 100 times, but I'd love to hear your opinion on when you should and when you should not ceramic coat a car. Mm-hmm. How far do you guys want to get down the rabbit hole on
So
this?
I'm going to say that it all depends on your style. If you're, I ceramic coat my cars to protect them from my children.
Fair.
That's honestly the reason. So I have two kids. They're 5 and 8, and they are unpredictable. And my thing is I have ceramic coating on the outside. I have the interior coatings on all the leather and carpet and all that because accidents happen. And if I decide to sell that car, I want to make sure that the interior is easy to clean up.
Yeah.
And when I do my weekly, monthly cleanings on it, I like that everything's coated because I can clean up the leather very easily.
Yeah.
When I remove the car seats and I find smashed chicken nuggets in the fabrics and leather, or some sort of weird
Yum.
yogurt that has been stained is stuck to the leather, and I've removed it, there is no staining on the leather. Same with the carpet. So I try to keep those. I put the interior products on the interior to protect it from that, but then the exterior products, I use a ceramic coating on the outside for scratch resistance to provide more scratch resistance.
Yeah.
Not
son-
scratch proof.
No, but what my son loves to do is he takes his hands and he drags them down the side of the dirty car. Just because there's nothing
He's a
better,
kid.
doesn't have anything better
Does
to
kid
do
things.
and get out of the car and do that. Now, we all know that causes micro scratching. I can't keep on him because if I keep yelling at him not to do that, he's just going to keep doing it even more.
And then
Yeah.
you just feel like all you do is yell at your kid.
Right.
So
And I don't
He'll
want to
stop
be that.
eventually.
He'll
but
stop eventually, but he's 5. He doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
The other thing is if he walks into my garage with a giant branch to show me and
show
slides it down
you
the side of the
big
car, check out this stick I found. Wow, that's great, buddy. It's going to hit the car. It's because he's 5. It's a big unwieldy stick. He's going to hit
spatial
it.
awareness is
It's
not
yeah.
a forte.
It's solely to protect and limit the amount of damage that can happen to the vehicle while I have it. It also allows me to know that it's protected because I may not have time to wash it every week. And so I know that if I don't wash it, it's okay. And that when I do wash it, it'll make it much easier because I don't really have a lot of time to wash and care for the vehicle. So that's why I do it.
Yeah. We can go around the horn, I
But,
guess, and see what
Anthony?
others think.
Well, I do. I would have a ceramic coating because I like Japanese cars. Japanese cars typically don't have a ton of clear coat on them, and so it's a great sacrificial layer, right, to make up for my lack of extra clear.
Yeah.
And it also, I like the way they look. I think they actually look pretty dang good.
Yeah.
I think it makes cleaning a lot easier, and so. In terms of being for me, I think that it makes sense for me, and I like it. But I think that there's a lot of people that it doesn't make sense for out there as
Sure.
well. And
Yeah.
so, I never run my cars through a car wash. I'll never run my cars through a car wash. So I don't have to worry about, potentially, inflicting damage on that investment or that work that I've done.
Yeah.
Sure.
Morgan?
So I like having the car that I care about coated. Eventually, maybe I'll coat the car that I daily drive, but it's large. And do I want to go through all the work of trying to polish that? No, not really. So for the car I care about, though, I don't think I'll ever have a car that I care about that's not coated again because it makes it easier to wash. It's just like
Looks better.
it's like an insurance policy,
Yeah.
it feels like, because, because people are always going to be like, oh, wow, like, let me touch this. Or there's that person that doesn't understand, and they're like, oh, is your car dirty? And you look at it and you go,
Just grind it.
don't do that. But that's always going to happen. Or someone will go point to something, or you'll be at a car show and people are walking in between the cars and someone turns to the side or
Yeah.
someone's taking a picture, blah, blah, blah. So it's just, for me, it's just a protection thing, and it's just nice that it makes it easier to clean.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, around the horn, it's kind of basically the gist is I don't feel like every car in the world needs to be coated. No, it's going to depend on the owner. But in my particular case, yes, I am kind of lazy when it comes to the detailing and maintenance of my car's exteriors. I will take a car through a tunnel wash without regret in certain instances where I feel, as long as it's got some protection on it going in, I never want to take bare paint through there. But if it's going to be something that's protected, I like the idea of having a sacrificial layer. So if something does happen to the car on the exterior, it's going to happen to that. It's not going to happen to the paint, the clear coat underneath. And that's my point.
Beautiful words
Okay.
by Dane
Dane, a
Hennon.
fan of tunnel wash.
Yes.
Great Dane. Yeah, that is.
Number one.
I'm
Okay.
a monster, I know.
So we got Adam Blackwell says, what first live Q&A I've made in weeks? What's
Hey.
happening, TRC? Missed you guys.
What's up,
Well,
dude?
thanks for
Welcome.
joining, Adam. I got Delphine Bez says, hey guys, is your new gauntlet really good for drawing with Beadmaker?
You can use it with Beadmaker. We're not opposed to it. We just like, if you're looking to actually apply Beadmaker, we think that the FTW in orange is a really great towel for application.
Yeah, that's better for
But if you're
application.
looking as a drying aid and you're just drying the car, yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Camus, Luke Berge, will there ever be a larger gauntlet? One could say almost blanket sized.
It's already huge.
Riley, yes, I thought I liked the twisters until I touched the gauntlet. Can't wait to try them out being pre-washed as we speak. Nice.
Catches them off guard how soft it is.
Yeah. Kyle Camus, when are you guys coming to Colorado? Kyle, we have no idea.
Huh?
I'm not sure.
We're not sure, man. We've got a lot on the docket this year. It's just we're not really sure when or how we're going to be able to.
When we do,
Make it
it's
work,
in
but
the
we'll figure
Rupus
it out.
USA area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's when Kyle comes to see us anyway. So, Andrew, Ricky Colon, hello, everyone from Puerto Rico. A bit shaken,
Oh.
but not stirred following the earthquakes earlier this week and the
Oh,
multiple
no.
aftershocks that are still ongoing.
Glad you're okay.
Hope you guys are doing all right.
What would
Yeah.
a stirring be? A hurricane?
Like a shake like this.
It's more of a swirl.
Which would be like a hurrine, correct?
no.
that's-
Not a monsoon. Monsoon.
He's mixing up
I don't
his.
know what you're talking about.
I feel
Weather
like he's
patterns.
saying he's shaken up, but he's not.
Well, I
like,
know that. Well, Ricky's
making a
Ricky's,
James Bond
Ricky is
joke is
also
what he's doing.
also shaken up because he is one of our Q1 2020 Grand Ambassadors. Wow.
Whippa!
Whip
Whippa!
house. There
All
we go.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good work, Ricky.
Glad you're okay.
Andrew Baders. Hey, everyone. Is it okay to apply gloss coat outdoors under a porched area? I don't have anywhere else. Can I use the Eagle Edges 500 for dusting it between coats? No. Don't dust it between coats.
No.
Don't dust it. Just apply it. Try and make sure it's not on a windy day. You'll have no problem applying it in a garage or in a carport or any of that kind of stuff. You should be just fine. Just make sure the weather's good. There's no wind. It's a nice day. So, Kyle Camus says he loves the Wowo's Detailer shampoo. I foamed a vehicle yesterday and it was awesome. That's rad,
Nice.
Kyle.
It's a
Thank
different
you.
kind of foam, huh?
Yeah.
It is a different kind of foam.
Luke Berge, I've been playing around with Crystal Sealant and Quick Detailer. Let me tell you, it's impressing me more and more every time I use it. Nice, Luke. Hans, yay, live. Back at it. Tone Zors, hey, gang, I got a customer who wants a good interior clean on their family car, but they're very sensitive to fragrances. What would you recommend to get the best clean with the least residual smells?
A face mask for them.
So,
Kidding.
honestly, Tone Zors, I'd probably use like Express Interior Cleaner. I would use Interior Cleaner, Wowo's Interior Cleaner, because I like the clean laundry scent for your
It's faint.
carpets
But if
and
there's-
fabrics.
if
But I
there's
would try and
sensitive-
keep it. You might want to dilute it, maybe 50-50.
He can also just use O&R.
You could just use O&R to clean the whole interior, and just remember, however dirty it is, there may be smells that get reignited when you get them wet.
Yeah. So there's
So-
there's O&R for pretty much maybe the hard plastics, and then Optimum Carpet Fabric Clean and Protect actually doesn't really have that much of a scent to
It
it.
doesn't have a scent.
No.
Yeah.
So you could try that.
yeah.
It depends on what smells they're sensitive to and what smells they like.
So I had a loaner car that didn't smell like anything, and was very clean and neutral. And I had a lady complain. She said it wiped her out. She had to lay down for the rest of the day. She had such a bad experience of migraine because of the smell. And I was like, there's no smell in it. And the smell that I had everybody smell the vehicle to make sure. Her husband brought it back, and her husband's like, yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. I don't
Was
smell
she
anything.
agoraphobic?
I don't know, but she had such a problem with the scent. She was the only person I had that ever had a problem with the scent. And I had tons of people that said, I don't like smells. Okay, I didn't put an air freshener in their car, but I made sure that I still used my product line, because at the end of the day, the car is going to dry out. The cars, you can crack windows, you can air the car out before they get there. You don't have to use a heavy perfume or a heavy air freshener or anything like that in the vehicle. So like Anthony says, O&R and Carpet Fabric Clean and Protect work great. Shouldn't have any issues. And honestly, Interior Finisher, the reason we designed it with that scent was I liked the way that scent complemented all the other products
They work together
it's
well.
very
at
subtle.
the end,
Yeah.
you know? And so, very simple.
I was
So-
just thinking, you know what would really rock that lady's world is if you took a bottle of the Angel Wax Bliss, wrapped a rubber band around that trigger, and just threw it and just hucked it in there. That would, like one spray of
man.
that is insane. So like,
Bless
Just
you.
like throwing a stun grenade
I
in
would
there.
recommend the All Day Anthony
Yeah.
cologne.
please don't.
Please
So
don't.
actually,
I-
speaking of that clone, I actually
I hit
sprayed
it.
somebody's.
I
They
hit it.
sprayed somebody's order note. They requested on their order
Oh, they
notes that
wanted
they
it?
wanted a spritz of the cologne on the actual paper,
That's
so they
a
could
first.
smell on
Big
how
mistake.
bad
and
it is.
The people downstairs said they did seal it in that little package
Oh,
thing.
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
And it
nice.
still smelled the entire rest
Yeah,
of the
so-
Well,
day.
I hope that person gets what they wished
Yeah.
for, but
So
it ain't
we
gonna
all-
be
we
good.
all had to go
It's
through
kind of
some
like it's kind
pain
of like a
for
letter
that.
from a lover when they
Oh.
spray their perfume and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it still smells like
Yeah.
you." He's gonna smell it and be like, "Oh, this smells horrible." I'm like, "Thanks for thinking of me and the Rag Company podcast."
You know what though? The fact they had the courtesy to at least seal it off from the other stuff—that's the level of quality. You get
I don't
here at
even
the
think
Rag
that can
Company.
contain it, Dane.
Yep.
All right.
Daddlich. Dad ditch. If I apply Colonite
Careful.
845 to my car, is Beadmaker a good drying aid? If not, what drying aid should I use with Colonite 845?
Beadmaker. Yeah.
Beadmaker or Wowo's Quick Detailer?
Compliments.
Brennan Reed, what do you eat to get rid of bug stains on the outside of mirrors and front bumper
No.
fascia on black?
What do you?
Well, you're
How
not
do
eating
you
things.
get rid of
Is
bug
everyone
stains?
here okay?
So the stains, are you talking about the actual bug leftovers after washing and
He
leaving
can be
them
talking about the etchings.
Or
He
are
can
you
be talking
talking
about the
about the etching?
stains. He can be talking about a lot of different things. If you
Well,
want to
great.
watch how to remove bugs, we actually have a bug removal video on our Rag Company YouTube
Mm-hmm.
channel as well. In terms of the etchings, typically you're gonna have to polish off the etchings to get them off if they're that deep into the clear. So something to keep in mind.
Delphine,
Um,
yes, Brennan, it is great. KM, Dane, as I mentioned in my comment before, awesome video for the gauntlet. I just wish I had more blue IK.
You're always looking
Alky.
for that blue IK alky.
The
I
You'd
know.
almost say
We-
he was an
we just don't carry
alcoholic.
it.
He's a
Alcohol.
blue alcoholic.
Oh,
he's
no.
a remember that alcohol Hypnotic that was blue?
Oh no.
I think we all remember that from the
Yeah.
college days. No, Levi? That was
Forget
That was
you.
after
I was
his
already
time,
an
but
old man.
after
before
you.
hers. So
Yeah.
we're right in
That was
the
that
middle
was
there.
the Bush beer time.
Oh.
Bushes.
Anyway.
Oh, we
Bush's
had
baked
Bush.
beans?
Yeah, we had Bush. Yeah.
You guys drink?
Jeff's,
got a golden retriever in those ads.
I know, I
Daddlich,
love Bush's
what is your
baked
favorite
beans.
wax or sealant? What is the longevity? Favorite wax? Well, we like Malo and we like Contact 121.
For a paste
Both
wax.
of those are always going to be about 3 months. And then
121 will last longer. Than 3
121
months.
will last longer, but if you're
Yeah.
just putting it on a wax and you're washing it all the time, you're going to get, it's just going to be normal depending on where you're at.
It's the water behavior that makes
yeah.
it so crazy.
If you're looking for a sealant, I really like OptiSeal. I really like Crystal Sealant. And I really like Beadmaker.
Very
all
different
three are
kinds
very
of sealants,
different
though.
levels of longevity.
They're all different. They're just different. All of them are just different
Yeah,
from
we
each
have
other.
fun with all of them. So what we carry, we enjoy and we use.
Yeah.
Jeff C., what's the safest way to do a wintertime quick clean on a car after spraying it off with water only at a car wash? What was quick detailer or waterless wash? I'm trying to avoid taking a bucket of O&R with me. Well, Jeff, I've done this before myself. If it's not too bad, you could get away. You could spray it down with a pressure washer. What I like to do is I'll take the soap option and I'll spray the whole truck down with soap, with high pressure soap. And then I will take and switch it back over to rinse, and I will spray the whole truck down with the rinse. And then I will take the water, deionized
Spot-free
water spot-free rinse, and then I will rinse the whole truck down again, top to bottom. And then I will take something like waterless wash and spray it down and dry the vehicle.
There you go.
Now, you may get, depending on how dirty the car is and how good your prep job was at getting dirt off the surface. Because if you're missing chunks, you're going to run into areas that maybe have a little more caked on dirt. So be careful when doing it. But know that you are going to probably get some light, faint scratching, but it's not going to be crazy unless you're dragging your towel through some rocks. So
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Let's see. Will this wash process scratch the paint?
possibly.
Possibly, yeah. Craig, enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
Encinitas.
Craig Enchiladas says, do all microfiber towels have lint when brand new? I clean the windshield, and there are so many little fibers that stick to the glass. So, Craig, you always want to wash the towels. Even if they arrive to you and you think they're brand new, you always need to wash them because there's residual lint from the manufacturing process that can just get stuck into the towels. It's totally normal. Wash the towels first. Wash them a couple times before you'll notice that it won't actually lint up as much, and make sure you're washing them properly. So washing them on cold, free and clear detergent, maybe a little bit of distilled vinegar, and then either air drying or drying on low, avoiding heat so you're not going to have any more linting issues.
Right.
Now, Alfredo Martinez says, thoughts on Soft 99 new Fuso Coat Wax? So, Alfredo, Soft 99, the Fuso Coat Wax, actually isn't that new. It's been around for a while. It's just kind of come to light on social media with, everybody's reviews.
It's been trickling around for about 10 years.
Yeah,
no,
it's-
there's been people.
Yeah,
using
they've
it
had
for
the
a
white
while.
version, they've had the black version, they've had, they have a couple different varieties, and they've had it reformulated a couple different times from what we've seen. But we actually remember seeing the representatives of Soft 99, Fuso Coat, actually at Wax Stock. I saw a couple of them try to give a can to Jim White when we were doing our onstage thing there. And I think that was when they were really trying to push the marketing and stuff like that. And from what I've read, I mean, everybody said it's got great longevity, it's got great reviews, it's got a good look to it. It's relatively easy to apply. I've not applied it myself. The biggest thing you want to check out though is the actual your price per ounce or your price per your grams that you're getting inside there. I want to say it's a 200 gram can of wax, whereas with the WOWOs you're getting I think you're getting roughly, you're getting 100 mLs of wax in the Fuso coat, where I think you're getting 200 mLs in like a bottle of Contact 121. But somebody can double check on that. I haven't used it, but that's just our thoughts.
Well,
you asked for my thoughts. That's my thoughts.
It's worth considering too. Like, at least I know with the WOWO stuff, you lay it on pretty thin. You don't have to go crazy with it. Some other waxes, people traditionally went heavy with it, but these ones are not.
But yeah, anyways, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm sure it's great. If everybody's talking about it and they like it that much, I'm sure it's a fantastic product. I would like to eventually try it out. Those are just my thoughts from what I know about it.
Haven't heard anything bad.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
KM says also Dan just had the right amount of enough Levi in the gauntlet video. I guess we know who won the TRC survey.
Okay. You were quite off.
You need
Levi left us in the dust. Man.
It was a blowout.
It was
situation.
a total blowout.
Yeah.
Anthony was second though, so
I'm going on my own.
Yeah.
Anthony was second, and
could,
Levi had at least 2, maybe even 3 times as many votes.
Just go to Master of Shine on YouTube and make sure you subscribe.
So he can go live.
As soon as we get 1,000, I'm gonna go live.
That's where it happens.
So we got Aaron's says, "Yo, what's up?" And what's going on, Aaron's? And then we got Dadlick 4198 says,
Dadlick.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
No, man. I'm just going with it. Pre-Winster with O&R, then pressure wash, then foam can it and use a wash mitt with 1 bucket and a grit guard, and then finally rinse with a pressure washer. What is a good cleaner to use to remove wax and sealants when washing the car?
Power Clean.
Power Clean.
Or WOWO's All PC.
Power
APC.
Clean's pretty strong. It'll get rid of that. George Zapata says, hello from San Clemente, doing a BMW detail exterior only.
Nice.
Very nice.
Fun, George. That sounds great. Bait Addict, sup. Don't have any time to watch today, love. Hope Bait Crew is well.
Are they live?
Applied
Or is
crystal
it on a
sealant. I know. Applied crystal sealant on 2 cars. It takes a lot longer to use an applicator and buff off. Much quicker going around by spraying directly onto the panel and wiping. Paul Clouseau. I still like using paste wax and was considering about your Contact 121. What more can you tell me about it? Well, Paul, the 121 provides a contact angle of 121 degrees. It still has Carnauba and Montan in it, and also has some other
polymer resins.
Polymer resins in it to help it achieve its bonding as well as the contact angle that it provides. Yeah. So it's the highest contact angle of any car care product on the market at the moment.
Especially in that category,
ceramic coatings.
So I would say
for water repellency. For
a good look at kind of what to expect in terms of like the water beating behavior, one of our Grand Ambassadors from Q1 of 2019, Mr. 847, the ZL1, actually made a water behavior video, which is after he applied 121. And what you want to look at in that video is not necessarily how fast the water is sheeting off or falling off, because that's one effect of it, but actually look at the beads on the paint on his video. You'll see that these beads are almost what look like to be a full circle, and that's kind of the idea. It's the contact patch of which that water sits on and how much of a full circle you still have versus let's just say a 90-degree contact angle where you kind of have a half moon thing going on. This is pretty substantially rounder.
If you're picturing like the circle from the side angle, it's how much of that you have above the surface showing.
What's your other favorite thing about Contact 121, Levi? Do you like the way it smells?
It smells good, and it's easy to put on and easy to take off. So you don't have to hurt yourself putting it on. Bait Addict, hopefully the durability is worth the extra effort to remove the product. Also wanted to know if I have to clean out the crystal sealant sprayer after use. No, that you don't have to.
No.
Yeah, we've never had any clogging issues.
I've been doing that now since I didn't know if it hardens in the sprayer.
Yeah, you should be fine.
It was worth at least thinking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Aaron's Random Life, not to be confused with Rocco's Modern Life, but actually Aaron's is not Aaron's Random Life. There's 2 different Aaron's.
Yep.
So just going with normal Aaron's, what is your thought on the Ryobi cordless 6-gallon vacuum?
Haven't tried it, but that looks great.
The only downside of
Cordless.
cordless is the battery life when detailing a large vehicle like the minivan.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the idea of cordless vacuums. I think it makes sense, but at the same time, like I don't think battery technology is there for that much power for the longevity you'd be vacuuming for.
It's sustained use
Like,
compared to a lot of
It
things.
would bring
Yeah.
me anxiety knowing that I have to charge that.
What
Yeah.
if you had 2 batteries? What if you had multiple batteries?
Okay, Morgan,
Then
I
would
don't
you have a
need you
problem?
coming in. I don't need you coming in here
It's
with
a serious
answers
question. I need
to my
you to
problem.
answer this because you're acting like there's only such
Okay,
thing as one
that-
battery.
Great point, Morgan.
Thank you.
You have
Very
a point
Thanks,
there,
guys, for
Morgan.
coming.
Let's also talk about the cost of batteries. For the cost of one of those batteries, I'm sure you can just
What
go buy
if
another
it's
shop
a
battery.
what if it's a
What if
combo
it's
pack
a-
with 2 batteries?
Yeah, what if she's got a Ryobi drill that uses that same battery and a charger with 2 batteries?
All I'm
Because
saying
most things come
is
with one to
that
charge while
when
you're
I
using
bought
one.
the
What if she
all-day
gets the
all-day
Ryobi drying
vacuum solution
system?
package,
Yeah.
which was the rigid 4-gallon vac with
Mm-hmm.
4.5 horsepower, that came with a detailing kit
Yeah.
for $59.
It's hard to beat for the
Yeah,
That's
but that's
me,
also
me
corded.
flexing.
That's corded.
So if you're looking for a battery powered one,
It is.
then go for it.
So maybe I'll have a battery backpack where I plug things
Maybe
in.
you will.
Great idea. Great idea.
A
All
what?
right.
Wait, what did you say? It was?
Rectangle.
Mm.
Hey guys, how much would
Did
you
he s-
charge
What did he say?
for
it
an
was?
add-on on trim
Backpack?
restoration? A backpack. He
How
wants
much
to
did you
carry
have
around
for
a
a charge
battery
on
backpack?
for add-on trim
Backpack.
restoration?
Backpack.
Um,
About $100.
$100 is what I was
And
actually
if
thinking.
you're using like solution finish, yeah, perfect. But only sell it as a trim restoration. Don't do it on every detail. Sell it
Correct.
as an a la carte. Francis, hey guys, big fan of TRC in this podcast. Sounds like Contact 121 is a slightly better beater than Crystal Sealant.
Better beater.
But how do they compare in terms of slickness and water sheeting? They're both really great with
Yeah.
their slickness and water sheeting. And the difference is Contact 121 is just more water repellent, but less longevity and durability compared to Crystal Sealant.
Crystal Sealant might feel slicker,
they're
but it's hard to tell.
They're pretty close. You
Yeah.
can't tell the
they're
difference. I
both
don't
pretty
think.
close, especially once they both kind of cure. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty up there. Pretty low surface tension.
Yeah.
Hans Closen says, I just did a 2-day leather painting and restoring training in Belgium.
Ooh.
Leather Repair Company.
Nice.
Their
Hans.
HQ is in the UK and came over to train a few people. Great few days. Just don't use APC. It will hurt the clear coating on leather.
Nice.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
that's
say
true.
everybody's
That is
pretty
true.
aware
Everybody
that,
knows
that
that.
when you get
At least
when you-
definitely not straight.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
diluted.
So
Danny Israel waving at all of us. Say, hey, buddy.
yeah.
Veteran Detail, Patty, good day, team. Tuning in while on holiday in Australia. Levi, sorry I missed out on the IDA certification event in Salt Lake. I was told by our guy, Dalton, it was a great day. Any IDA upcoming events? Patty, Dalton Truex is a great detailer. Good job on hiring that kid. Cool kid, very soft-spoken, very humble. I really appreciated meeting him. I haven't planned any, but we are looking to do another one in Budco at SLC in May is what we're looking at to do another one of those. So had a great time with the guys at Budco, had a good output. We had about 9 detailers that signed up for the test, 6 of which did a combo CD-SV test, and then 3 that were there solely for SV. So we're going to try it again in May. It'll be a good time. So I'd love to see you then too, brother. Alex Dickinson, Contact 121. How's the durability? I'm a current Fuso coat user. So Alex, again, paste waxes, you're always going to get anywhere from 3 to 6 months because it's just wax on the surface of a vehicle. Now, this does have polymer resins in it, so it does harden, it does bond, and it does provide a contact angle of 121 degrees, which allows water to not stick to it, which basically is the highest contact angle of any product on the market today.
Yeah, as far as we know, it is.
So,
Yeah.
Bob Wilson, should I clay a car if you have no plans to cut or polish? I've heard yes, and then I've also heard that it may mar the finish. You should only clay if you're going to at least polish. So Bob, here's the deal. You're always going to mar the surface regardless of whether or not you're going to clay it or not. Now, where a lot of people get messed up is they go in hard with their clay and they are using a lot of pressure, hand pressure, and they are scrubbing that paint. If you go gently, you go lightly, you let the clay do it, you just use your fingertips to guide it, you will have very minimal marring. Very minimal. And the marring that you incur, you may be fine with. You may not even notice. Now, if you go in and you rub very hard. Now, I had a minivan, a black minivan that was coated, and I was getting ready to sell the vehicle. I washed it. I O&R'd it, and I used O&R at 128 to 1 as a clay loop. And I used car wax, Optimum car wax as well as a clay loop. I gave my guy a clay towel to go around the vehicle with, and at the time I think we were using Nanoskin. They're fine grade. My guy went through thinking we were going to polish it. He got through one quarter panel very aggressively.
Ooh.
I said, I didn't want to polish the van. I want to just wash it, throw some car wax on it, some Optimum car wax, and give it a quick light clay, and then we're dressing the tires and I'm delivering it to turn it in. We had to polish that rear quarter because he did. He went hard. But on the rest of the car, he went very light. He was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And he just let the towel on the pad do its work. He let it do the job, and the rest of the vehicle looked flawless.
Yeah.
It had no issues. So it's all in how hard you go into it and what tools you use. You need to have proper lubrication. You need to have a clean surface. And you need to make sure that you're checking your medium often. So if you're using a clay bar, you're kneading the clay and you're getting it all, always having a clean side. If you're using a mitt or a towel, that you're not putting any pressure down. So those are the things you just need to worry about. JD, so happy I got my gauntlet towels today. Luke Berge. I was doing experimenting on a car. I stripped the surface, pure power clean, agitated, pure wool was APC, agitated, clayed. Still some hydrophobics left, so I wiped it with Opti Paint Prep and lacquer thinner. Then I wiped it with 71% IPA. No hydrophobics were left. I then put tape down in the middle and did a 50-50 Meg's hybrid ceramic wax and contact 121. The performance was identical. Any reason on why that was the case? I assume contact 121 should be better. I don't know, Luke. How long did you let the products cure? Did you do it right after you sprayed it, or did you let them cure overnight? Were they in a heated area? Were they, there's a lot of different factors.
There's a couple of different factors there. And one thing I'll tell you right now is spray, well, never mind. I can't say that. Never mind. I can't say what I'm going to say.
Message
All right.
retracted.
Anyways,
CP. Message retracted. Anthony.
Oh.
I'm aware of being able to polish the high-gloss plastic door trim. However, would it be safe to do it during the paint correction stage or use a separate pad for it after or before? Thanks.
Whenever you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I do it when I'm walking, like as I'm going around the car.
Yeah.
I don't use a separate pad for them unless they're oxidized and it's going to change the pad black.
Tom Kirby says, I bought the interior mitt, but how to clean it? Black and white site 6x9 salt and pepper microfiber interior mitt. Is it really safe with other MF towels in the wash? So yes, it is safe, Tom. One thing you can do as well is you can actually just kind of spray it with an APC if you want, and then go underneath your sink, put on some warmish, hottish water, put on that spray setting if your sink has that, and then rinse it out kind of like you would a pad. I've done this with the one.
Wring it out and just hang it up. That's
wring
what
it
I
out
do.
and hang it. That's what I do for that pad. I've never really had to throw it in the washer.
Yeah, me neither.
And mine still looks brand new after almost a year and a half.
Yep.
We got Didrik Danielson says, "Hi guys,
Hey,
nice
Didrik.
to finally get the Q&A live again."
All the way from
Glad to have
Norway.
you here, bud.
Tim, can we scroll down a little bit to get some more
Yeah,
breathing
we're
room?
right down there with a rectangle.
To just think we're only 18 minutes away from the fun half where the
Oh,
true spirit
Can't wait till the fun half.
of the Q&A Thursdays begins.
That's the thing. Got to make you
All
wait.
right.
Got to earn
Thinking
it.
about increasing my prices and adding Showstopper for every wash I do. What are your all thoughts? Good. Showstopper will provide you with the extra gloss, and honestly, Rectangle, even just using quick detailer.
That quick
So
detailer
if you're
is
doing
not
like
normal. Quick
if you're doing an
detailer.
interior and you're just washing the outside, I love spraying a quick detailer on the paint surface just because it adds that bit of gloss and that it'll, and especially with the WOAs one, it adds that depth that a lot of people will think that you did more to the outside and they'll be really impressed, and it'll provide a sneaky value in a sense where they're like, oh, but it'll also give them protection for a few
Yeah.
months.
Like how I would use that in the case is if I wasn't if I was doing maybe like a full correction, I was doing a full on detail to where I'm really diving deep into that paint and doing something and really doing something up, and maybe topping it with just like a wax instead of like a coating. Maybe before that customer was on his way, just like we would do it with OptiSeal, hit it with Showstopper instead. And if you've already if you've already calculated the cost of the products into your detail to make sure you're making money and not losing your butt on it because of all the different stuff you're using. But if it makes sense, sense, and you can use a little bit of Showstopper to add that extra pop for that kind of that jaw-dropping look when they get there. Totally worth it.
Yeah.
So, Danny Israel says, Dane, what's the car count this week, and how was your overall Volvo experience? I've started thinking about an S80.
Oh, here we
Okay,
go.
so short answer: 3 cars: the truck, the C-Max, and the Jag. And as far as the Volvo experience, that was actually really good. I was genuinely surprised because that was my first foray into quote-unquote European cars. And when I hear European, I think electronics going haywire and things becoming expensive very quickly. So it's always a little leery territory. But Volvo was actually very good for me. Mine was an 06 V50, for those who don't know. Now, you're looking at an S80. I'm very curious to know which S80 because there was a model that had a Yamaha V8 that sounded excellent when you do a little fun with the exhaust. At any rate, let me know which S80 you're looking at, and I could speak more to that. But otherwise, I was really happy with it, actually. Underrated cars.
There
All right,
you go.
moving on.
Thoughts from Dane.
Future Prison says, can you rejuvenate leather if it's gone rock hard from sun damage or just not being maintained? Or is it too far gone by that stage?
Yeah, you can. So for hard, dried out leather that has just not been cared for, Leatherique is really great at returning that suppleness back to it. But I am not a big fan of Leatherique. Just the way it feels afterwards. It is putting that oil back into the leather, and it does make it soft and supple again. But depending on what you need to do, proper restoration of the leather is something I would probably look into. But Leatherique is very easy to use, simple, and it does bring that suppleness back to the leather. But it can also cause sometimes it can cause the leather to split. So not Leatherique the product, but just the rejuvenation of the leather. So it's just be careful, watch out for that. It's something that I don't have a lot of testing or experience in, but I do know that I have had customers that would bring Leatherique that they would buy. They want us to put it on, and it makes it soft again. But as the longevity and how well it works further on, no idea.
Otherwise, I'd be sending messages to like Lars or Ram or Bodo and those guys. And
Yeah,
get
I'd
their
reach out at
feedback.
Color Lock and see what they'd tell you.
We got Russell Haggy says, I want to polish or deep clean my glass and prep for a sealant. What's the best method with products like Sonax Perfect Finish, Cut Max, and Jescar Correcting Compound on hand?
Russell, you don't need to worry too much about doing a deep clean on your glass. I would just clean the glass as normal. I would probably use something like some double-aught steel wool. You can compound the glass if you like, but if you're using a rotary, you're going to put swirls in the glass. And it's just how it's going to be because there is a coating there's still a coating on your window, on the windshield screen, and on some of the side glass as part of the safety glass, so that when it cracks, it stays together. It doesn't actually like break into pieces all over you. It would stay together as best as it possibly can. So the lamination is what you'd be polishing into. So I usually say double-aught, triple-aught, or quad-aught steel wool. And even if you want to use something like Sonax Perfect Finish, or even Jescar Correcting Compound, you can put that into the steel wool, squirt it into it, and then scrub the glass with like by hand or with even like a scouring pad, like a Scotch-Brite. Clean the glass that way, then wash it all off, blow it all off, get all the steel wool off before you go to town on the rest of it.
Okay. Hey, Morgan, why don't you get these next two?
All right, let's move on. So I think we're at
Matthew
Matthew. So, hey guys, how's it going? I'm patiently awaiting the arrival of my order that has my gauntlet towels due for arrival on Monday.
Nice.
Excellent.
Woohoo! Robbie Shaw says, what items do you recommend keeping a backup on hand in case a tool breaks / wears out during a detail? It sucks when in the middle of a detail and something like a trigger sprayer fails.
So at my shop, I always bought a dozen trigger sprayers every week.
That's a lot of trigger
You
sprayers.
have no idea how many fail when you're doing about 25 cars a week.
Fair.
They do break down, and some are duds. I mean, you get maybe 6-7 pumps on them and they break. Other ones, you'll have for years.
Yeah.
But I always had 12 on hand because think about the time is the price of just having an overstock of something worth the amount of time it's going to take you to stop a detail, run to the store, buy a new trigger sprayer, and drive back?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just think about the time it's going to take away from the detail. If that's 30 minutes and you're charging $50 an hour, that's $25. So is it worth spending $25 on backup trigger sprayers or $12 on backup trigger sprayers to just have on hand? The other thing is, if you are running a long throw machine and you have not placed an order for 6 sets of brushes, I would do that and make that a New Year's resolution. Buy brushes for your machine. They're the little tiny tabs that slide in the side. You remember you put those in when you were building your machine. That is what causes a tool to stop working, causes a polisher to stop working, is the brushes wear down over the course of its lifetime. They are a very simple repair. There are tons of YouTube videos on how to swap out brushes, and it only takes about 20 minutes when you're good at it, maybe even 5 minutes. But the point is, always have brushes on hand, because if you don't have brushes and that machine fails, you are now stuck without a machine. And if it's your
bricked.
only machine, you're stuck for 2-3 days until you get your next order. Or if you do what I did that first time mine failed and my brushes ran out and I didn't know how to install brushes, I dropped that machine off at a tool repair company. It took them 3 weeks to get it back to me.
Whoa. Yeah.
And
No, learn how to fix it yourself.
so after I saw that, I watched a video on YouTube and I saw how to repair or how to replace brushes.
Yeah.
And that next day I ordered 6 and I had them shipped to the shop, and we had them in a toolbox and we just kept them in a little baggie. And anytime a machine went down,
And have a tool set on hand so that you can work on it if
Oh,
you
yeah.
got it. Like
Yeah.
if you're in the field or you're mobile and
Yeah,
you need something.
always have
you don't want to have to leave the
screwdrivers
client's
and
house to
things like that.
Yeah.
Just being properly prepared on stuff. Just, it's always good to have, extra backing plates, extra pads, extra towels. Treat it like it's everything else that you have in your detailing regimen. You show up, you've talked about it many times. When you go to jobs, there are things that you forget.
Yep.
Like it would have behooved you to have backup last cut, to check the amount of last cut that you had before your
Absolutely.
last job. You wouldn't have had to call Morgan to bring you some,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
What if you hadn't checked the brushes in your machine and your tool died halfway through using it,
Yeah.
right? Same thing. It's not,
yeah.
you don't think about that, and a lot of people don't think about that. But it's one of those items that you need to have in your arsenal to just utilize. You
Yeah.
know, Morgan hasn't used, her machine's brand new. She hasn't used it enough yet to really burn that up.
Yeah.
I am probably at the limit now with my machine of
Yeah.
where I'm looking to replace brushes, and you probably
Maybe
as well.
we do a video on that.
And we could do a video on
That's
it as
not
well.
bad. Make an
But
instruction
but
video.
it's one of those things that like a lot of people don't think about, and they need to.
Yeah, I mean, if you're operating.
Well, hopefully that doesn't go against what Roop is.
Nothing wrong with
just
that.
a
They
deal.
want you to swap them out.
Oh, okay.
They
That's
teach
good.
you how to do that.
All right,
It's not that
so
hard.
here we go. So we got Brian G says, "Hey, I just saw a PNS finisher peroxide treatment. What is that used for? I recently did a truck that had seats that had left water stains. Whenever I got fairly wet, any tips on doing those? Also, do you always pre-spray your carpets with an enzyme remover spray before you even spray carpet cleaner?"
Yes, Brian G, you do spray first with the enzyme. You want it to start breaking down the stains and smells and all that kind of stuff. As to the finisher peroxide, that's used to help prevent wicking, as well as help prevent spotting, leftover spotting when it's done. Because sometimes stains wick up. If you put the peroxide on that, it'll help push some of the stains back down, keep the surface looking clean. It'll also disinfect.
Important.
Nice.
Matthew Nolte, my question for you is, I have a 2012 Ram 2500 that's white, that I'm planning to do a full paint correction on. What are tips for maximizing gloss and a wet look for white paint? Same thing as any other color paint. You're going to need some light. You're going to need to see what you're doing. But honestly, you got to clarify the surface to make the reflection as perfect as possible.
Yeah, on the upside, it's harder to see any damage in the paint
Mm-hmm.
afterwards.
Yep. Hayden Pratt, I really like to use OptiSeal as a drying aid, but is it too much to use it once a week when I wash my car? Thanks.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
You
I
can
don't
use
see a
it,
problem
yeah.
with that.
Delphine Tonzors, I hate scents inside a car too, and I'm using Griot's interior cleaner and detailer. Smell nothing. Only scent I want in my car is Griot's Leather Cleaner 3-to-1. I am addicted. At a girl. Adam Blackwell, what makes the Edgeless Miner metal polishing towel good at polishing metal? It's
Great
gray.
question.
It's gray.
Literally, it is an
It
Edgeless
just-
365 in gray. But
when you metal polish, it turns the towels dark, turns them black. So if you're using a white towel, it's going to turn into a gray Miner.
here's the thing. The Edgeless 365 is great for polishing metal and doing all that stuff anyway. It's just, yeah, like he said, the color is the part that makes it
But it's also a
good for metal.
70-30 blend. So if you're using something like a Costco towel, you will mar metal when you're cleaning because an 80-20 will still scratch, and metal is very soft. And so having a 70-30 towel like the 365 works very well. The reason we made a Miner version is it's charcoal gray 365. The difference is we named the towel the Miner metal polishing towel because people would like to know, what's this towel good for? Well, it's great at metal polishing because of the design, not only 70-30, 365 GSM, but when you use it, it turns even more gray and black, and when you wash it, it's still a gray towel.
So what I wanted was to make sure people didn't think it was a cynical exercise, and you took the same thing, changed the color, and called
No,
it
there's
something
a
else.
no.
There's
There's
more
a
to
reason
it than
for
that.
The
It is the same
365
product,
and the
but-
70-30 blend is what you need for polishing metal. And terry weave is a very durable weave, so there are reasons for it. Now you could easily use a 365 in gold,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
your
yeah.
towels are going to not be gold anymore.
It'll be just as effective. It'll just look like crap when you're done.
Yeah.
True. Jeepers 1378 says, "Man, I want to try that gauntlet, but I have so many freaking towels. Have you tried with a drying aid like with the FTW towel? Man, I want to try the gauntlet, but I have so many freaking oh, sorry,
said
that's
it
just
again.
double close. Anyways, yes, we have tried it as a drying aid. It works fantastic with Bead Maker. It works great with Quick Detailer. It works great with Waterless Wash. Works great with OptiClean. It's a great towel for all of that, and it is different than the FTW. Yes.
Yeah.
Martin Carlson says, "Can I use Bead Maker as a drying aid?" Yes, Martin. You're falling a little behind there. Yeah, keep up with the times because you can, and you're gonna love it. I'm kidding. Ricky Cologne says, "Jeepers 1378. There is no such thing as too many towels. That is very true." And then we got Mark Geddes,
Mm-hmm.
Gettysburg. Says, "Hi there. Notice the new gauntlet towels available from Clean and Shiny. Think I'm going to go for the 20x30. It looks amazing. Going to order one very, very soon."
Nice.
Awesome, Mark. We're excited for you. Then we got 1378 back again with, "Man, I want to try the
Okay, we get it.
Okay. Luke Berge says, "Anthony was second. Was Dane or Morgan third?" Let's just say Morgan was third. Dane was sixth. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Actually, Morgan and I tied. These two, obviously, you see them in the videos. They're gonna get the attention. So
Jerry Joseph says, "What's a great pressure sprayer washer set up to spray O&R?"
Oh, there, that's all you, buddy.
So that's going to be the multi sprayer. It's going to be the Pro 2 multi sprayer, and you got Wes Oaks saying, "Boys and girl, good evening." What's going on, Wes? We got Lars Pickert says, "Moin moin, guys. Best wishes from Germany."
thanks, Lars.
What does moin moin mean?
I don't know.
In all of my time from Germany, I didn't actually try to attempt to learn any of the language.
and I used to actually know some German, and now I'm just totally blanking.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lars. You're gonna have to tell us.
I am sorry, Lars. Yeah, that is
Pathetic.
that
We
is
really need to get better at that.
that is-
Especially when we're going to Germany this year.
You are. It's going to be great.
Mm.
Wesley Oak says the Milwaukee portable canister vac is fantastic. Well, that's good to know. That's awesome.
Okay. Another Portavac.
Oh, I thought that said something else. Young Hitta says, "Hey, y'all, which 10 things do you think I should invest in order to get started detailing?"
Oh, Anthony, you got this.
10 things. Ready? Here we go. We're going to start with the basics here. All right, you're going to want some towels, right? I'm not going to go through all the towels. There'll be one thing is get some towels. Get yourself, obviously, some buckets. You're going to want to get yourself some chemicals. Like, I'm not going to go through 10 different chemicals.
Well,
but
he's
I mean,
probably looking at least for some basic
Okay.
guidance. And
okay, get yourself some soap or maybe some O&R. Get yourself some type of spray wax or spray sealant. Get yourself some compound. If you want to go above and beyond, get yourself a polisher. Get yourself a stool. Get yourself a bunch of brushes. And you're going to need proper lighting. Maybe whether it's a headlamp or whether it's like a mobile light. Then what's one last thing I'm missing? I think I got everything. A polisher would be pads would be included with the polisher.
Well, and that's if he's even going that route, because some detailers are just doing wash and wax and stuff like that.
Well, I know, but it depends. If he's like an enthusiast, I can say, well, get yourself some soap, get
Yeah.
yourself quick detailer, get yourself. There's a lot. 10 chemicals would be quite a bit to just detail a vehicle.
Our answers would differ based on what it is you're looking to do. If you're looking to make money detailing, or you're looking to start a shop, or you're just going to be mobile, or you're going to do it for yourself and that's it, that would change probably what some of the answers are. So maybe if you want to specify, we could help you even more.
Yeah. We got Wesley Oak says, here's the difference. If you can vac in your garage, then just get a rigid corded vac. Well,
That's what I have.
Corded vac. If you can only wash ETC in your driveway, then try the Milwaukee Fuel Portable 18V. Cool.
I have the fuel system, yeah.
Jeff C says, should I polish before applying crystal sealant? Is there any advantage to topping CS with Contact 121? How would Showstopper work as a drying aid after O&R wash combo like that? So I'd recommend polishing before crystal sealant if you're going to if it's no skin off your back. I mean, if you can do it, do it. I'd recommend doing it. Then obviously doing like an IPA wipe down to get rid of any of the oils from the polish. You're going to get a better stick from the crystal sealant for sure. But no, there wouldn't be really any major advantage to topping Contact 121 on top of crystal sealant, as they're both fantastic as standalones on their own. Plus, you can only put so much stuff on top of so much stuff. And so I think Contact 121 really does a good job of having a lot of body and really adds quite a bit of protection. So you can do it, but it's something that you wouldn't need to do. And then Showstopper work as a drying aid. So Showstopper, one thing that people look for in a drying aid is something that has low surface tension, something that's really slick, right? So such as Bead Maker, Quick Detailer, OptiSeal, Optimum, Spray Wax. Those are all very slick feeling, right? The deal is with Showstopper. Showstopper is not slick feeling. Showstopper...
It doesn't change the feel.
Yeah, it doesn't change the feel of it. I mean, if anything, you're probably going on what slickness your vehicle already has. Showstopper is there just to purely add gloss. So as a drying aid, it can be used as a drying aid, but I wouldn't want to dilute Showstopper as being a drying aid to get the most gloss out of it.
Right.
I would dry the vehicle completely, right? I'd dry it the old-fashioned way, or I'd blow dry it, or take the new Gauntlet and dry it. And then after that, I would follow up with something like an Orange FTW or like an Eagle and go over it with Showstopper and do a standalone application of Showstopper to get the most pop. That's what I would do.
Yep.
So, okay. So, basically, yeah, I think they're in the other room right now trying to get things situated. But one thing, Dane, I think that now that we're in the fun half.
Well,
right?
What I wanted to do was answer the questions that were put in before the fun half, and then we can take care of it. I want to make sure these people get taken care of.
So we will eventually get to them.
Oh, boy.
But the thing is now that we've made it into the fun half, what we've noticed lately is a big lack of spirit, right? Some can say that started when you took down the Christmas tree, right, in your house.
You know what? There's 90 people watching. That is...
It is, and
different
it is
than normal
crazy
because people are saying we're answering detailing questions.
Absolutely,
more
Dan,
now.
and you're absolutely right there. But what you have to understand is that when you took down that Christmas tree, it brought an audience like this, 90 people.
Why don't
that
I
have
feel like
said,
people are going to burst through this door with a Christmas tree right about now?
Dane, I want to say
Funk
that
Soul Brother
we
right about
want
now.
to bring that spirit back,
Oh,
and we
no.
want to make sure that you have that every
Oh,
single
no.
day.
Oh my god! It fell apart. Oh no,
Dane,
Oh,
you can
oh no!
you can take the tree out of the man, but you can't take the man out of the tree.
I really don't want to know how much work it takes to take a tree out of a man.
Well, Dane, I'll tell you right now, it took a lot of work to get this damn tree in this building.
Oh no! Okay, well,
For coming?
that happened. Man,
Wow.
as soon as you guys disappeared for a while, I got real suspicious, and then I hear,
Yeah, I just.
yeah,
You
yeah, I was a
know.
little sketched out. I was like, we got questions to answer, people. Oh man. Okay, let's. I like the vibe. Let's leave those lights off
it's
and just
very
keep
nice.
this going.
I look like a ghost.
This is fun.
This is
This
fun.
is fun. The
Yeah.
fun
Christmas,
half.
the ghost of Christmas.
The
has
past.
fun half
technically begun.
is meant to be fun.
Okay.
But see,
Turn on and see what happens. all the lights aren't working.
Oh, I hate that.
Not as good.
No.
No,
not
turn
as
it
good.
off.
Okay, for those who are
Yeah.
only listening, he's playing with the light switch, which controls.
All right.
And we
Our
also
overhead
we
lighting.
also brought
The
in a
lights.
Christmas tree, a full-size Christmas tree
Yes.
into the podcast room.
This is a new one,
With
Dane.
LED color changing lights.
So this is courtesy of your parents.
Your father, your parents,
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
Dad felt so bad that you got pressured
Yep.
To
into
remove
taking
it.
down your Christmas tree at your
I don't
house.
want you to give up on who you truly are.
He bought you this one.
Yeah.
This is a tree you can put up either in your office or at home.
You know what I'm actually going to do with it? I'm going to put this in the corner of the new podcast room. And we
Oh,
can
no.
hang various trinkets that are related to the show on it.
Don't say the
So
word
I'm
names.
sure we could do
Quite
that,
right, too.
Dane.
Yeah,
But you know,
wow.
as of right now, this tree needs a home, and
It belongs with you.
and it's
Dan.
going to go in your
It
office.
belongs with you.
Going in your
Probably.
office.
Oh, no.
But your dad did buy it.
For
He
you.
spent actual money
Yeah.
on this. This wasn't like a
That
hand-me-down.
is-
This is brand new.
Brand
so
new, right
unnecessary.
out of the
With look at the
box.
great coloring that it provides. It's got the white light
I
and
just
the
love
color.
when you walked in, it fell apart.
Well,
here's
it's 3 pieces. You got to remember, it's an artificial tree.
Dane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a little hang
Yeah,
at the
but-
top.
you know
well,
what?
we had to pull it out of the box.
Yeah.
So
So this costs good money. Is one
Yep.
thing you have to remember. We all know that artificial
I think
trees
the word
are
is
not
don't
cheap.
look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah. So
Well,
enjoy, Dane.
Just say thank you.
Oh, boy.
and, enjoy
Okay.
it.
We got to answer these questions still.
Where are we at?
We are right about.
At Mark, right?
Mark Geddes.
Mark.
Currently, my car is non-coated and using
Wait,
Geon
wait,
wet
no,
coat.
The
no,
top
top,
one, or
top,
there's
top.
two?
Oh, man,
Don't
you guys haven't
confuse
talked
Levi
at all.
like that.
Oh wait, hold on. No, we are down. We are down
We're
at
past
Mark. yeah.
Lars,
Yeah.
All
young
right.
Hitta, then Wesley.
Mark Geddes. Currently, my car is non-coated and using Geon wet coat with my pressure washer, but looking to get my car coated few months time. Which is best? Ceramic booster or Hydro Bead? Oh, from the Wowo's line in Europe, Mark. I see. Well, Mark, we haven't had a lot of time to play with Hydro Bead or Ceramic Boost. So
Well, and you
I'm
guys
going to
haven't.
say quite possibly reach out to Hans. He's got
Yeah.
the product, and he's going to be playing with it. So maybe talk to him about it.
And I will stress right up front, when you get the
I like
products,
it.
the ones that you guys have had influence over are the ones we carry here. The ones in Europe that go beyond the line that's here, you guys have not had any input into the design or the implementation of those products.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So, you're dipping into a different pot. I dig that. Rect Panhandle says, "How many pads would you go through in a shop setting, Levi?"
Great question. That's a lot.
Thousands.
No, you got to look at it as the fact that you're probably going to be going through, depending on the amount of cars, you can only get, depending on the type of pad and the type of tool you're using, you always want to have good pads. You always want to keep them nice. If you're doing 1 to 2 cars a week, you're not going to be changing out pads all that often. But if you're going through multiple cars a week, like my shop, we were doing 5 to 6 cars a day, sometimes 8, depending on the day and what we were putting out. We would go through a lot. So basically, I would try to buy about 6 of each of the main pads we used every week. So if you just break it down and go like you're using HDOs, the Lake Country HDO, you're using blue, orange, and black, and you're using orange and black for the majority of the jobs, then I usually buy about 6 HDOs and 6 black pads a week. Because at the end of that, those pads have technically done, 25 to 30 cars in that week.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty good lifespan. And so it's all about creating after that we create a cost per use on those pads. Now, if I went something with a little cheaper and went to the flat foams by Lake Country, I'm going to buy more because I'm going to burn them up a little faster. I'm going to destroy them a
True.
little quicker. So there's a trade-off in the cost per use. So always look at that too. And then wools last a really long time. Microfibers last a really long time. So I didn't have to buy those nearly enough in the frequency. Plus, I never had an option to really need to use those pads. The Rupes pads, even though they are a more higher price point, they are a very durable pad. And you will get a lot of uses, especially that yellow foam is a very durable pad. So
True.
that's one of those things. Luke Berge, products dried for at least
Okay.
4 hours, around 55 degrees in the garage.
Give it more time.
Yeah, it needs to be a little warmer, Luke. Rectangle, let's say you're a mobile detailer at a job and it's hot outside. You can't stop the windows from streaking to save your life. What would you do? Polish the windows? No, I use OptiSeal to clean the glass.
True.
Hans Clothes and Future Person making leather soft again. Use a leather softening cream. Massage it in multiple coats. Can be needed to make it soft again. Leather Repair Company has the cream. Levi Strauss ordering Wowos for my boys coming back from deployment. Everybody in the
Nice.
car club that's deployed are excited after seeing my S2000 with product on it. Awesome, Levi. Good
Cool.
work. Luke Berge, 70% humidity. Tried misting with a pressure washer off a 40-degree nozzle. Sprayed with a pressure washer on a slow stream of water from a hose mist from spray bottle and stream with spray bottle. So, Luke, yeah, just let it
What does that
last a
even
little
mean?
longer.
I don't even know what he just said.
Alkaline. Would you say that some trigger sprayers are one-pump chumps? Yes.
Sometimes
Shane
3
Miller?
pump chumps.
Sometimes 3 pump chumps. Shane Miller, I have been dealing with a Jeep Renegade that has black cloth seats and kids get dirty fast. I typically use soap water and light scrub with a brush. I don't see full removal. Suggestions?
Are you cleaning your kids or the car?
Yeah.
Both.
Shane, honestly, you could grab interior cleaner. You could spritz those and scrub them. You could use the Carpet Bomber and hit it with Terminator and then Carpet Bomber. Scrub the seats. You could also use the Optimum Carpet Fabric Clean and Protect. I like using an IK multi-sprayer. Spray that on, or you can even put it in the foamer and foam the product on.
I didn't see the
and
it
scrub.
after get. That's why.
Yeah.
I just saw kids get dirty fast.
Kids
I'm like, well,
get
that
dirty
changed
fast, yep.
direction.
Jan Bailey said message retracted. But then the biggest thing, Shane, is I'd make sure you would use a sealant, a fabric sealant of some sort over the top of that to help prevent the dirt from sticking so hard. It helps. That's the thing that a lot of people don't think is fabric protectants like a Scotch Guard or a fabric guard of some sort help prevent the dirt from actually embedding and sticking, and it cleans up much easier. Chris Marcial, would you guys know of a couple ceramic coatings that cures in a couple hours versus overnight or the whole day? Only asking for those customers who don't have a garage or proper storage. So Gloss Coat is great because it is a coating that takes a few months sometimes, depending on the humidity. But you can put OptiSeal on the surface of the coating after about 1 hour after application, and OptiSeal then protects the coating. If you are going to be putting coating on the car, I would recommend that within 1 month you bring the customer back and you do a coating check. And you make sure that it is curing exactly as you hope and that it's doing everything that you need it to do for that customer, and then remedy anything that maybe you saw. It's just something simple to do because those customers, you don't know how they're going to care for it. But if you let them know, hey, come back in a month and let me wash it for you.
And
that.
it'll shed that OptiSeal when it's ready.
Yeah.
All
Mark,
right.
back down. Tim, I need you to bring it on down a little bit from Mark Geddes there. Is there, keep going, or are we at the bottom?
No, there's more after that.
Man, we gotta
There
power
we go.
through.
Yeah, we got a lot, man.
All right. Is there anything other than a magic eraser to get rid of scuff marks on the plastic trim due to the feet? Tried eraser but didn't work. Thanks. It's hard to say. Depending on the plastic, I like using lacquer thinner, but you got to be careful with it.
You like lacquer thinner for all the things.
Paul, have you ever ceramic coated your exhaust tips? Does it work, or is the impact of the heat too big? Most metal tips would need a metal specific coating. Easiest way to describe it. You wouldn't be able to ceramic coat something that was designed for a clear coat onto your metal tips because there is no substrate for the
gonna
ceramic
say,
is
totally
designed
different,
to
yeah.
bond with the clear coat, not the metal. So it's not going to bond or adhere properly.
The same way if you tried to paint something else, the paint might not stick if it's a different substrate.
Yeah, there has to be a primer or something for it to adhere to. So, Luke Berge, if I fly back out there, then how much are the B grade twist loops? Well, Luke, that's an expensive box still because it's a lot of expensive towels, but it's a very low defect quality rate. So it's going to take us a while to get a B grade box of those towels.
Yeah, that box is probably still sitting like only a quarter full at most
Yeah.
after months and months and
Yeah.
months.
Jeepers says, WTF, sorry about that, stupid phone. Jim Capo, I'm starting a mobile detailing business this summer, Pittsburgh, PA. Any advice on how to get started? Just do it, man. Get out there and do it. Pound those streets and, get on Facebook and start using Facebook for your advertising. Don't pay them, but utilize Facebook. It's the easiest, fastest way to get on there. Brian G, hey guys, thanks a lot for your help. I've learned a lot in these live streams. Paul says Moin Moin is hello in North Germany.
Well,
Nice.
Now we know.
Yeah, we know.
Awesome. Luke Berge, Jim, ONR, lol, but make sure you get your IDA certification. I don't know what that was, Luke. That's what he's saying.
Oh.
On top. Wesley Oaks, message retracted. Alkaline Top Cat, hey guys, my ND Miata was backed into while parked and the person took off. Now the bumper's cracked, scuffed, and I polished and comment. Can I reapply ceramic coating and expect good results? Sure.
Gosh,
G. Davis.
cracked.
It's the
sorry,
funny
bud.
time, guys. Moin moin
Yeah.
is Nigerian steamed bean pudding.
Good.
Thanks, G.
Yum. Big boy has real talk.
Yeah, they know. That's about when 4 o'clock hit.
Ken Glass
Yeah.
got my second IK Pro 12. Can I get rid of Tau? Okay. Riley S. Car collection, personal lawn guy, tiki bar. What other royal things make Dane the prince of the rag company? Well,
It's mostly just my name.
It's yeah, that's probably about. Well, what else does
That
Dane?
that
What are
and
some of
my-
the things that are at Dane's household that?
Well, you
are
know,
very
it's
prestigious?
not necessarily
Mailroom
what
as
you
well.
have.
Oh, I already know what he has. That's prestigious. He has an old school bamboo tiki bar.
Well,
Well,
he
that's part
mentioned
of
the
it. It's
tiki
on
bar.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, so what else is other than that?
What other than a car collection
Tiki
a
bar.
tiki
Lawn
bar.
guy.
and his own very own
Well,
lawn
he's got a
guy?
75-inch TV.
Yeah, but I have a 75-inch TV.
Dane's is bigger.
Yeah.
And a Christmas tree that until
A
very
brand-
recently
Dane, yeah, well,
had been up
you
forever.
just said he had a long guy, possibly a future pool boy with the above ground pool.
Oh, true. I forgot
Okay.
about
Okay,
So
the
those are
above
if
things
you're
ground
a
pool.
person who has an above ground pool and you have a pool boy, that's
Dane,
I'm
Dane could
judging
have
that.
like
Well,
long
you
lost
gotta remember-
siblings that
you
he
gotta
doesn't know
remember,
about because he doesn't read
sometimes-
his mail.
Well, you've also got to
He could
remember
have won the lottery.
Liz lives at home, like stays home all day
Yes.
Yeah.
to take care of Callie,
Yeah.
so she
Um,
also manages the mailroom.
and she manages the mailroom.
She makes sure it stays stocked.
Yeah.
Postmaster
Well
General.
stocked.
Yeah, she's the postmaster general of the Hennon family home, the Dane Hennon home.
Oh, boy.
So, I mean, a pool boy would provide company and
Yeah.
the
Oh.
above ground pool.
So
Um,
next.
No? Okay.
Well, see, I think what makes me is my desire to get into the weeds, unlike conversations like go way too far into detail, which some people like, but it bores other people to death. I feel like that's a very Dane quality.
It is a very Dane quality.
I like to know the why. I want to know how many of you just kind of go, I want my answer and leave, and how many of you like, yeah, let's get into it. Let's figure out
Dane
why
likes to get in dirty.
people
He gets in
said
deep
that
into
or
the
did
weeds,
that or
as long
thought
as his
that.
lawn boy hasn't cut him down yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's true. And I've seen it in several states. It's been looking good lately, though. Ken Glass says of foam and use for tint solution.
Oh, for tinting?
Yeah. Ken Glass,
He
you're a
used the
tinter.
IK Pro 12,
That's appropriate.
and he wants
Oh,
to
yeah.
tint. I think is that what you're meaning, Ken? Anyway,
So
I don't have a solution for tint. I've never tinted a car before, so I'm sorry I don't have that answer for you.
Luke Berge says, "Wait, why am I here? Dane took down his Christmas tree, and we were revolting."
his
Yeah.
revolt was not to show up for the fun half of the Q&A, and I said, yeah, I'll see you there, bud.
Hans Closen says, or Big Boy says something inappropriate. Hans Closen says, "Put that tree in Dane's his office. We will." Rectangle says, "This is awesome." Alkaline Trio says, "Who's
Oh.
the spooky ghost
Yeah,
behind
see?
Anthony?"
It's me.
No, it's this.
Oh.
Oh, you're talking Morgan. Okay.
Oh.
Big Boy AZH
Hey, I
says,
said it first. It's
Oh.
my joke. You can't steal my joke.
okay, Daryl. Daryl Mole says, "Had my first day of detailing with TRC microfiber towels. Love, love, love them. Thank you, customer.
You're
for life."
welcome.
Glad to hear it, Daryl.
First impressions are everything. Matthew Nolte says, "What's everyone's favorite food, snack,
Ooh.
drink while detailing, or do you not like to eat while doing so?" Anthony, do you have a detailing food solution package?
So I drink Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
That's it. What do you do? That's literally
Um,
all I do is I drink.
No,
soda.
so like I have like a whole thing that I do for like when I am detailing because I realize that it's hard to eat, and I buy the same stuff for every detail,
Really?
every
White
single
Claws?
detail.
White Claws?
Okay, that was just that was that most recent detail, which was White Claws and Modelo's. But basically, most of the
I get
time,
really drunk before detail.
yeah, no. So
during
most of the
it.
time, I always grab a Monster. I actually grab 2 Monsters, but I only drink one. My other one is a backup Monster,
emergency.
right?
In case it doesn't
I
work.
dry. I pick up a whole bottle of water. I bring a big bottle of water for me because I get thirsty, right? Then I will bring specifically strawberry Pop-Tarts. I freaking love strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Frosty,
While no, I'm not
blue
Morgan.
Frosty.
And then what I do is I really like
meat
they're called
sticks.
turkey bites, like they're like little bites of turkey, or I'll get a bag of beef jerky specifically because what I like to do is I can just chew on beef
this
jerky
is,
while detailing.
This is literally an Anthony solution package for detailing.
Pop-Tarts, beef jerky, Monsters, water, and then other quick little things that I can pick up and eat as I go. Because I don't like to sit down because like everybody else, you get anxious when you sit down and you're
No,
eating
I
on a
don't
job.
I don't sit down.
Okay. Well, if you're standing and eating, I get anxious when I'm like, there's work that I can be doing. How can I eat and continue
Yeah.
going?
Yeah, I don't
right.
sit down.
So typically, if I need gummy bears, I'll have some gummy bears just to kind of get me through. Because
Old ones, though, right? That's your thing.
Stale.
I will
Still
typically
weird.
no. I open them
Still
when I
very
get to
weird.
the detail, right?
Okay.
And I let them
So,
air out.
Let me just
Don't
put it
you
this way.
lie to us.
Let's just say, Anthony, you came to work for me at my detail shop back in the day.
Okay, then
Would you bring these snacks to work every day, or would you
in my-
utilize my fridge solution package?
No, I wouldn't. I would have a
Okay.
detailer's helper belt full of these snacks
Okay.
that I would have
And it
to
would
be
be,
able to do
would you
that.
put these on your cart for most of it,
Um,
or would you put your monsters in the fridge with your name on them?
This is gross.
Everyone
Not
would know.
really. So,
To me.
so I leave the jerky and I leave the gummy
Oh.
bears and I leave that stuff out. I will eat the Pop Tarts pretty quick.
Yeah,
is
the
what I'll
first thing, get
typically
you the
do.
first batch of sugar in the
Yeah.
blood.
Pop
Okay.
Tarts.
Pop Tarts, crack open the monster and
Pop-Tart
start
that
getting
I
on
found
started
in
on
the
that.
backseat.
I actually the water is the thing I drink least when I
Right.
probably should be drinking that most, but
Right.
I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
The idea is not to drop the Pop Tarts or the gummy bears in the car that I'm detailing.
Right. Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Um,
Morgan, what are your
Yeah.
snacks? Do you have a snack pack regime?
I typically don't because here's the thing. I never go anywhere. I always
Oh.
do it at my house. So if I get hungry, I would just
You
go
just go in your garage
inside
and eat.
my house, maybe make some, some pot stickers.
Oh, okay. Fancy.
Wow, that's kind of involved.
like that.
I
Dane,
love pot stickers.
they are great, though, no question.
Dane, if you were a detailer and you had to have your thing, how about this? What is your road food? What are your
Road
snack
food.
situation?
Contrary to
We
popular
joke
belief,
that it's meat
Well, you
sticks
can
and
leave
Red
out
Bull.
you can leave out
Jims.
Slim Jims because everyone already knows that.
sugar-free Red Bulls or Monster, definitely a popular
So when you've been
choice.
on jobs with Anthony,
Yeah, it's usually sugar-free Red Bull. If I could get him on jobs when Anthony and I go on like a Wash Wednesday or something, I would totally try and find like Gushers at the
Okay,
grocery
you
store.
like
I do love
Gushers?
Gushers. They're like,
Fruit roll of
you don't
Slim
feel
Jims.
great after, but I just love Gushers.
all the weird liquid in them.
It's just a little questionable, but
Okay.
love Gushers anyway. Childhood favorite.
Okay.
I tried giving Dane some of my gummies during the details
Yeah.
because sometimes I buy extra gummies.
Yeah.
Right. One time, Adam LZ took my whole bag of gummies
Yes, he did.
for himself and ate them all.
Yep.
He said he would buy me more. He never did.
He never did.
And so, but I tried giving gummies to Dane, and Dane's like,
you just
Anthony,
go take something
and
from
he-
his house?
Well, Dane says, Anthony, I can only
Left you
eat so
alone for a
many of
long
these
time.
because of my stomach. And I say, it's gummies, Dane. What's going to happen? And then he told me what happens when he eats too much gummies, and I said, fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We just
Well,
leave it
so,
at
that. That's great.
so me, I am. This is literally what I've ever done. This is it.
That's great.
It's
Mio
water.
with caffeine. Mio plus.
So I've done soda,
Yeah.
then I've switched to water with Mio. That's,
I like that.
That's my afternoon. So I try to drink a lot of liquid,
Yeah.
and then I usually only have I would get lunch. And that's it. I usually
Yeah.
don't eat at breakfast.
It's the most important meal of the day, Levi.
I don't eat breakfast. I get 5 hours of sleep.
Mio of
I
the
drink Diet Pepsi and this.
you
This
have
is
about 5 years
The
left.
thing
my
with
daily
Mios
life.
that I found, any of those like Mio type, like flavor your water type things, Liz and I both tried that. Like when we started keto, we're like, try drinking water. Don't have all these other like.
Yeah.
Y'all
types
are
of
really
liquids and
surviving by not just drinking regular water.
So we-
just drink water.
We drank regular water, but sometimes at a certain
Morgan,
point you're tired of regular
water
water.
doesn't
You're like,
taste
I want
like anything.
Water tastes delicious.
When you're
No.
like, I want
No.
a soda, you have to stop yourself and go, hold on, I don't want to get a soda because that's going to screw up the diet I'm on. Let me try one of these just, flavor adders for water. They make you thirsty. Like there's a high
do.
sodium
I
content or
sodium
something in them.
never,
And they just
ever-
make you
But you know what
so
it does?
thirsty.
It makes me drink more water.
It does. It does.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah, I mean, if that's what you're looking to do, it's
Yeah.
not a bad way
All
to do
right.
it.
Yeah, Frosting
I hate
says,
America.
should I wash my gauntlet towels before I use them? Yes.
Yes.
My wife always uses fabric softener in my washing machine. I believe it ruins my towels.
So run the washing machine solo without anything in
with some
it,
distilled
but
vinegar.
just with distilled vinegar.
Yeah. Ricky Cologne says, heading out now to get an appointment. Take care, guys.
See you,
Take care,
Ricky.
Ricky.
All right, Ricky, see ya. Hans Closen says, Mark Gettysburg. I have not used Ceramic Booster yet. We'll be putting that on next Wednesday. He also says, tried Hydro Bead, but need to do a different application for it to know the difference. You can add me on FB if you want. I'm in the friends list of TRC podcasters.
There you go.
Go.
Martin Carlson says, steamer recommendations. I'm a big fan of the McCullough 1275.
Yep, good
Or-
stuff.
Did I say it was a 1375? What do I
I
have?
remember
12, I
right
think it's the
now.
1275. 1275. Jamie the Cleaner says, is that the Christmas tree? Yes, it is.
Ah.
It is now the token Christmas tree that Dane will hold near and dear to his heart. he's got here. So here we go. Big Boy keeps saying inappropriate things. Future Prison says, thanks, Han Closen. Adam Blackwell says, Levi, have you thought any more about the LS1 Camaro?
Yeah, Adam, I would like to get one of those someday. Right now, money is extremely tight in our household, so it's not on the docket. I've got a lot of stuff I need to pay off before I maybe make that happen. And I think since I sold my little truck, I've been kind of pressured by Augie to get another truck because he really misses
Ooh.
playing in the back of a bed of a pickup.
Yeah.
Do you want an Explorer?
No, Dane, I don't.
Dang, because he can't even play.
Like,
There's no
yeah.
bed to
There's
play
no
in.
bed to play in. The S10 had a bigger bed than that, and it was a short box. So
Mine's a fun-sized bed.
nope, that's a pretend bed.
Not even enough room to lay down in, Dane. How are you supposed to get anything done that way?
Are you
Well,
kidding me?
Augie would fit in it just fine.
So I'm working on, once I get everything kind of taken care of and paid off, I'm looking at getting a something like an 88 to 98 Chevy pickup.
Yeah.
Something like that. Short box, 2-wheel drive.
Ooh.
That's what I'm looking at.
454 SS.
Yeah, if the money was right, Dane, those are expensive.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just get a normal 350 short box. But that's what I'm looking at for right now, and maybe someday. I just think it'd be fun to have an older Camaro to do that with.
True that.
Jamie the Cleaner, does oxidation affect the wipe off of a polish? Recently polished some pretty oxidized paint, and the wipe off was rough. Yes, Jamie, you need to compound oxidation to remove it properly.
Luke Briggs says, can't forget about the mailroom. No, you cannot. Yoshi says, do you have any tips for keeping exhaust tips and rear end on a diesel car clean?
Ooh.
Do you know if the soot is more or less abrasive than just dirt? My car likes to get caked in soot because race car. Let's see. Nick Stamos says, cousins of John Stamos says, Levi Swissvax Autobahn is a great metal polish wax. It is amazing melting. Has an amazing melting point. It's the only thing that is that's bloody expensive. Yoshi says, "Thank you, Nick. I'll try that out on my exhaust."
Nice.
Wes Oak
Yeah.
says, "Paul, I have G-Technic C5 wheel armor on my exhaust. 14 months, still beating like crazy. I clean it with brake
There
buster."
you go. And that G5's wheel armor is designed to bond with metal.
There we are.
Clips on my IG, Wes Oaks. G. Davis. Also, please note Dane's trepidation around women with loose morals and low self-esteem. Hashtag Mexican restaurant.
Good God.
Oh, gee. Golly gee. Oh, my, oh, me, gee.
Nick Stamos, Yoshi, thumbs up. Alkaline Trio. Anthony's detailing catchphrase. There are no flaws when you drink in claws.
Yep.
It's no flaws, no laws. You know, there's lots of different things.
Nice. Jamie the Cleaner is a man
Can't
of
see
my
the flaws when
man
you're
of my
drinking
own heart right
claws.
there.
He says, my snack solution is Big Drank, large fountain Diet Coke, and Reese's Fast Break.
Ooh, fast
A
break.
fast break. Dane's a fast break kind of guy.
I like
Fast
fast
break's a
break.
good thing.
I like Butterfingers, classic Butterfingers. Twix,
That's
know,
not G.
Kit Kats.
Davis's.
Yeah, no, there's some quality there for sure. And my God, read the next one. Oh no, G. Davis. How would you recommend cleaning up the vomit after consuming the Anthony Food Solution package? Well, you've come to the right place because if anybody knows Anthony's Food Solution package, it's Anthony's After Food Solution package. Anthony, tell us what's in it.
Anyways, Dane, so pretty much I don't see anything wrong with mixing up those different flavors and foods and textures. Beef jerky with gummies is absolutely a fair game.
Yep.
Very slow digesting things within
Big
the
Sexy
stomach.
Siobhan, what's the difference between PNS Terminator enzyme and spot remover and PNS finisher peroxide treatment? I think some of these products just do the same things. Terminator is an enzyme that actually breaks down scents, smells, all that stuff, but it pre-treats and starts breaking down protein chains. That's what it does. Now, finisher peroxide is a completely different chemical.
Yeah.
And is designed to help prevent wicking of stains back up to the surface, but also to help disinfect and remove whatever leftover odor the Terminator did not get. So they're two totally different chemicals.
Yeah.
Extremely different. They look the same because they're both clear and see-through, but they are totally different.
Yeah.
Siobhan, you can pull up the SDSs on PNS's website and read for yourself. The ingredients are very different. Sydney, hey, Levi, I just used the smaller 15x20 gauntlet to dry a RAV4. I could have dried another one.
Nice.
You can tell John or not. Well, I loved it, by the way. Well, I am glad you loved it, and we hadn't tried to see how big the 1520, how much car could dry. So I am
That's
glad
amazing.
you got a whole RAV4 out of it. That's
Nice.
great.
We got Scrub It Up Detailing. VT says, always a good day when I get home to a delivery from you guys and turn on YouTube
Wow,
Live.
that's
Hey.
nice.
Wow, that's
real
it's got to
nice.
feel good. It's like cracking open a nice cold can of Diet Pepsi. Big Sexy says, you don't sell G-Technic stuff anymore. We actually have never sold G-Technic,
We
but we
haven't
are good
ever
friends
sold
with
it.
them.
We're good friends with them. That's all.
And so,
We do videos with them.
yeah.
Yes.
And he says, is Wowo's APC dilutable? Yes, it is.
has
You
a
can
lot of
dilute it up
questions.
to 10 to 1. Alkaline Trio says, how does a mermaid wash her tail? Tied. You need a leave. Yoshi says, someone needs to install a Roomba in that room.
It's the only way you can scare off Christmas trees now. Install a Roomba.
Siobhan, Big Sexy, the training in the new studio, will it be certified by RAG Company or IDA? So, Siobhan, basically the certification, if you're signing up to do a training with us, you'd be basically, Anthony and I would be teaching you how to detail. Now, at the time of those trainings, when we decide to release those, you will have the option to be certified and become certified by the IDA. You would also be able to do a skills validation as well. So an extra thing that you could tack on to the training for that if you came on a weekend to do that.
Yeah.
So coming to the future.
Cool. Alkaline Trio says, Levi, what about dropping in a rusty LS and a couple Shanghai spoolie boys with a sloppy stage 2 cam in the
I like
Chevy?
all
I
of those
love it.
things that you're speaking about.
Oh, man.
Good
Gosh.
Lord.
We live in the years, decades of
Yep.
memes now.
Couple
Yeah.
of
It's
Shanghai
just-
spoolie boys be
it's what it
great.
is.
No chemica. You're doing that, my
Chevy.
Trocheondo.
Chris Weiss says, windshield coatings.
Yes, windshields coatings.
Windshields can be coated. Use that.
You
can
might
check
be
out
asking for suggestions.
You can check out Optimum. You can check out
G-Technic has one.
the Glass Parency Warranty, and there's plenty of other things.
Yep.
No,
Hans
nice.
Closen says, Yoshi, Mothers has a metal polish. That's awesome. Mothers
nice
has,
too, yeah.
has
They've
some
got
of
a
the
good
best metal polishes since I've ever gotten into
Long time.
detailing. Siobhan says, when is the Wowo's ship landing in Idaho? I need Wowo's wheel cleaner, and everyone seems to be out of it.
So, Siobhan, it is not everybody's out of it. They just know it's all coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking quite possibly end of January
End
is
of
when we're
January.
looking to
For a release,
have
yeah.
the release of
Yeah.
Clean Wheels.
Yep.
All right. G. Davis says, wow, Hans, please no mother jokes. It's too funny, G. Davis. Alkaline Trio says, are there any of my other car is a Hyundai stickers left?
I don't know. I got to go down and check and see what's left.
Oh.
They have been going out. People have been sending them out. So
Nice. I signed a few the other day. You
yeah,
guys
we've
did
signed
too,
it.
right?
Yeah, we signed a couple. Alkaline. Oh, Luke Berge. My all-time favorite metal polish is Monster Polish. That stuff works amazing. Hans G. Davis. That's what she said. Andy White. Are some of your podcasts gone from Spotify and iTunes? I can only go back as far as main show 89. Maybe my phone is just being a pain because I used to have all the episodes.
Without going all the way into all the technical details, we used to use a different host for our podcast, and then I recently switched it. However, if it's going to main show 89, then you're having some other issue because I didn't change it until very recently. So that would have been, like main show number 1. I don't even know where we are anymore. I'm so lost. 124, 125 is where we're at now. I think I changed it around the time we were at 120. 123. Okay, yeah. So I would have changed it like 3 or 4 episodes ago, but I changed us to a new host because it helped streamline things, and it looked like the old host just wasn't offering like customer service anymore, which is always a problem if you have issues. So I just wanted to move it to a new place that was solid. So now we're good, but if you can't find it, try reloading your app. You may have better luck.
Frosting says, just when I get my gauntlet towels, we have horrible weather coming here in Texas. They're saying large hail and tornadoes could possibly pop up, which usually happens. Well, what I'd recommend doing with those gauntlet towels is covering your vehicle with them to prevent further hail damage.
Wow.
They can
Is that
withstand
how
the
it works?
blows.
No, probably
It's not-
not.
it's not a
all the
perfect
gauntlets.
system.
Buy all of them.
Yeah,
Cover
if you
'em.
stack like 4 or 5 on top of each other, it'll
would
save you from
probably
like the little
help.
Just-
pebbles.
but you got to buy like at least $500
Yeah.
worth of gauntlets.
Just
to cover
crudely
the
like
car.
duct taping
But
them
if they
to
start
the car.
falling like this, it's game over, man.
Yeah. Mike Filler says, I ordered all of the gauntlets towels. Can't wait to use them. I do love the Pluffle too. Mike, I think you're going to be just as happy as you would with the Pluffle. We've had a lot of good feedback on the gauntlets.
Yes.
Alkaline Trio says, I'm looking again for some study materials for the certified detailer test. Are there any available? Do I need to pay for an account with the IDA first?
Yeah, if you're not a member, so basically your membership is about $110 a year. Basically works out to about $12 a month. And you do need to do that because the cost as a member to take the certified detailer exam is $200. And if you're not a member, it's $400. So you might as well spend the money, become a member, because once you're a member, those are your dues. And that is something that you could then tout that your business is a member of the IDA in good standing. And then you would also be able to take the certified detailer exam, which would then be under your name personally. So that would allow you to have certifications not only for yourself, but also the business would then be part of that and under that certification. So it is a good thing to have. And yes, you do need to do that. As to study materials for the certified detailer test, are there any available? There are not.
No.
At the moment. The best way to do it is to do a CD in a day event, because that's when you actually get to go over the test. But in reality, the exam, if you have been detailing for a while, there's nothing on there that should really throw you off.
It's very common
If
sense.
you're very new to detailing, and this is like you're just picking it up as you go, yeah, you might want to make sure you take the time and actually do a CD in a day event.
Look up verbiage for different types of stains as
yeah,
well. That
yeah.
would be something that could throw
The
you
stain
off.
one is probably the hardest one, and then just your normal government practices. What is required in your area for what you got to do with OSHA and things like that. It's not on the test, but it is good knowledge to have.
Just making sure you're abiding the law when you're working.
I held one this week, and one of the great things is you could sign up for the membership. You could listen to some of the webinars. They do a webinar every third Thursday of the month. There's a lot of other backlogged webinars that people can talk, and you can listen to and learn a lot of great things. The other thing is you can join a committee and actually affect change in the industry being on that committee. So there's a lot of great things with the IDA that I love being a part of, and a lot of great things that you can do with that. The other thing is then if a CD in a day or CDSV combo event shows up, it's only $350 to take both to do the CDSV.
Yeah.
So you get another deal there. And once you do your CD, it's good for 2 years. And you have to recertify with 8 hours of classroom or of continuing education, not classroom. Just so you know, I am the co-chair. I'm not the co-chair. I am the chairman this year for 2020
wow.
of the certification committee
Wow.
of the IDA.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
I am the one in charge of all
Congratulations.
that. So
He's the
it's,
right guy to ask.
Yeah, so you are talking
Yeah.
to the right person for that kind of stuff.
So Yoshi says, in the same boat as you, Frosting, stay safe and hide all the cars.
Yep.
G. Davis says, so the Hyundai stickers are legit. Yeah, they are. I asked for one with my most recent order. Well, G.
Awesome.
Davis, you'll be
True.
getting one. Matthew Nolte says, I recently applied crystal sealant to a car and topped it with WOWO's Quick Detailer. I'm guessing that car looks pretty nuts right now,
Yeah.
if you just did that combo. What's your favorite crystal sealant topper, and what's your favorite Taoist application removal? So I think we can all agree on this, that when it comes to crystal sealant, favorite towels you use are probably going to be a combination of Edgeless 365s with Eagle 500s or Eagle 350s, or Creature Edgeless with Eagle 300s or 350s or 500s. So basically you want to have something that has a little bit more of an aggressive bite to do your major work, and then something with a little bit of a lighter pile to come back through and knock it down. And then with Quick Detailer, our favorite towel with WOWO's Quick Detailer is probably the FTW. So very
Great
slick.
combo.
So I'm guessing your car looks pretty nuts. So
Yep.
Carissa Thomas says Synchrome,
Simichrome?
and or Fliz.
Those are brands, I believe. Man,
Yeah.
I'm out of the
Flitz
loop.
I've
on
had.
that.
It's
Yeah.
metal polishes. Semichrome's good. Flitz is good.
I haven't used
but
any of them, to be
I
honest.
like others before I use those.
Andy White says, I have all the new ones. All the old ones are gone.
Okay, he's talking about the podcast. The easiest way to do it, I don't know what platform you're listening on. Or if you're listening on your phone, are you using an Apple or an Android setup? Regardless, if you want to have the fast track to find all the old episodes are in video form here on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
For the old ones, and then at a certain point we crossed over and created the Rag Company Podcast YouTube channel, in which case you can kind of see where that one started at. If you pop over there in our featured channels, you'll see it. But every single one of those, if you go to the description, contains a link to the source audio, so you can actually follow it back to the audio file that way, and
Yep.
you can get all the episodes that way.
Yeah. All right, so we have Colin DeChrome. It's kind of like a DeMetal.
Yeah.
So it's the corn.
Oh,
But
dang it.
okay.
Okay.
Colin
way
of
to
the
go.
corn.
Colin DeCorn.
Oh, boy.
When do you plan on getting bigger WOA stuff like the 5 liters? That will be coming here probably at the end of about Q1 here,
Yep.
so about mid to end of Q1. Luke Berge says, what are the 3X hoodies coming in stock?
Luke, we have one in stock. I just haven't sent it to you yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. I'll get it out to you.
Matthew Nolte says, I just tried Edgeless 365 and loved it, but still love my Eagle 350s and 500 as well. The 365s are one of our most versatile and loved towels that we have.
It'll work for everything.
Yoshi says, can I buy a couple dozen Eagle blankets to cover my car and so I keep it safe from hail?
Oh, if we only had
Not
them.
for sale.
Yeah. I'm sure if you work out an under the table deal with Luke Berge, you might be able to work something out.
Probably
He had to
a
buy
couple
his
of
on the
them.
black market. Otherwise, you have to go find the
I
Subaru
think there's
Group
still
members.
one on eBay.
Is it
No,
on
that
eBay?
one-
That one
Snuggle
had a
Fun.
timer.
Did that
That
one
is
sell?
It was a bid.
Anybody know
was-
what that one ended up going for?
I don't know if it sold. It might
Or
still
if
be on
it-
eBay. Yeah.
I
So
wonder if we can see.
here we go.
G. Davis.
Or no,
Oh,
right,
Nick
Yoshi.
Stamos.
Yoshi or Nick Stamos. Anthony, I'm looking at selling my WRX and buying Evo. What's your favorite version year? So here's the
Do you have
deal.
an Evo?
The Evo 10, the Evo X, right, is an Evo, kind of an
No.
Evo, but
It's the NC Miata of Evos.
It's not an Evo.
it's what Mazda Speed and SRT4 owners and Ford Focus ST owners upgrade to. You know, so
Yikes.
you kind of get the I don't know.
He's not wrong.
You get that crowd of people that, I'd say most
Please
Evo
just
X
don't
owners
buy an Evo X.
Evo X owners typically have bad taste.
So
I'm
I
just
should.
going to say
I'm
that.
going to buy one of those.
So, but they're great cars. That's the thing. They just typically are done wrong, and they have people that have bad taste. Getting into an 8 would be pretty nice if you can find one in good shape, but preferably the best version and the best year is going to be the 2006 Evo 9. I'd probably
Almost
say,
like the 2006 Hyundai Elantra.
yeah,
It's almost
the
identical.
goat of the Evo 9 would be the SE. Next up would
The GOAT
probably
would
be
the
MR.
it's like the GTO version.
probably like the MR or the MR with the SE package, and then the GSR, and then the RS. They're all great. It just depends on what you want. If you're
And
not,
you have an MR.
so I have an MR, yes,
So why do your plates? Why don't you put Mr. Evo on the plates?
taken,
MR Evo.
totally taken.
What
I
about
think it's-
Evo MR?
Get taken as well.
Yeah, my friend has those.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, like the SE would probably be the most ideal. The MR is great as well because you get all the little perks and features. It just depends on what you're looking for. But the 9 would be the most ideal one to get. The 8s are great as well. Just avoid the 10.
And
in
if
my
you
opinion.
had an Evo 5 and you were a musician, you could have a Vivo.
Okay. And that's when we move on. G. Davis says, Dane, what advice, we just shouldn't be listening to any of Dane's advice, would you give to a young entrepreneur? My son and his young Hebrew Tycoon Club meet this weekend. Thank you in
Oh,
advance.
Boy, gee, that's a great
Hebrew
question.
Put your money in
Tycoon
Miatas, Christmas
Club.
trees, and TVs.
Always
And
golden, baby. Always
Vintage
golden.
mail.
And pay somebody to
He's
do
collecting
your
the
less
stamps for
exciting
his
tasks
collection.
around the house.
Well, style's pretty. Pays a
Styles
guy-
pretty work detailing, yeah.
He pays a guy to do his lawn because he likes to give back to the community. Is what he,
does.
said.
Yeah.
And-
That's what Dane is, because he is selfless.
Dane saw that and was like,
That's what
"Man,
I'm doing."
that's right. that's
Don't
the
buy
right
an
way to do
old
it."
man truck unless you don't plan on selling it again either.
Yeah.
Buy a Honda Element. You won't regret
We
it.
got Brionica77, Bionicle, says, hello, everyone. I'm always catching the recording, never seen to make it live. Thank you for everything you do and all the knowledge you provide and the laughs you give.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bionicle, a part of that is us messing up your names. So I want to
10.
say that
Okay.
we're not making fun of you, but that's the kind of the fun part is that we can barely see the people's names, so we just kind of wing it.
Yeah.
Luke Berge says, customer just picked up their car 5 minutes ago. They were blown away with how good the car
Wow.
looked with crystal sealant and quick detailer.
Nice.
Wow, Luke. We don't even pay him to say this stuff. He just says it on his
Yeah.
own.
It just is a killer combo.
Well, so we just got a report from Tim that downstairs there are 10 My Other Car's an Elantra sticker.
So there was actually quite a bit that
There
went.
was like 24,
Remind people
25.
how they get them.
So every order this week that goes out, all you have to do is in the comments section when you place the order, state I'd like a Hyundai or I'd like an Elantra sticker,
Yeah.
and we will put one in.
And
Now we've had folks that have asked, "Can you autograph my Elantra sticker?"
Yes, we can.
yeah.
We can do that for you as well.
absolutely
but
can do that.
there are 10 left currently. So 10 stickers left. You don't get to choose the color. It's just whatever they want to throw in. And once they're gone, they're gone. So we'll probably be done on Sunday, I think is when the sale ends. Sunday night at midnight, probably. So that'll probably be when we're going to stop the stickers. So weekend's coming, guys. Hopefully you all get paid on Friday.
Yeah.
Alkaline Top Hat, thanks, Levi, for the very detailed answer. I appreciate it. Luke Berge, Levi be flexing on all of us, lol. Alkaline Trio, have you guys tried Nun tablets? Much like Brondo, they have electrolytes. They also change the flavor of the water you mix in. I don't like electrolyte-infused water.
Yeah.
It tastes like salt. It's Boomski. CarPro Elixir or PNS Beadmaker? Beadmaker. G. Davis, the customer also loved the glossy 8x11 Luke Berge photo autographed by Hans Klose.
That's
Very
so
cute.
That
cute.
was very nice.
Very
Very
nice.
nice of you guys to be able to provide a little extra benefit for the customer. Some people put little bags of candy
Yeah.
with some business cards. It's nice that you guys send out pictures of each other with the opposite signature. Really great.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
great. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
G. Davis, Hans says, I got tricked into signing something. I did not know that. I'm calling my lawyer right now. Alkaline
yeah.
will one day have the gauntlet blanket.
No.
That would be expensive.
That would
That
be a
is-
heavy towel.
That'd be ridiculous.
It's almost 900 GSM.
OC Detailing New Jersey says, TRC friends, sorry I've been MIA on IG on these vids for so long. Lots of stuff going on, and for some time, this was not I was not motivated to post as much. Though still busy, advice.
That's a
Marco,
Anthony Morgan question.
I totally understand. I'm the same way. My wife had to remind me that it had been 5 days since my last post, and I was going to be losing some followers.
CEO of posting schedule.
So she, and you know,
Mommy
she
and
is
jeans.
almost at 16,000 followers.
Wow, she's
Yeah.
really
She's
just
really
Climbing.
killing it.
She's
Climbing
savvy.
rapidly.
Burning up the charts.
The ranks of the meme following. It's amazing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
One of her most recent posts has almost 2 million views.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Blowing up. It's trending right now.
Didn't
2
she say
million
she got
impressions?
like a
No, views.
Reach.
200 views.
Didn't
200
she
million
get like a
views.
positive affirmation from like Ann Paquin or something?
And Anna Paquin does follow her.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
It-
pretty cool.
It is amazing.
What a beautiful world we live in.
In terms of kind of getting back into it, I would say you just
gotta
gotta
do it.
you just gotta jump in, and you just gotta maybe go out of your way to take some higher quality photos.
Or
One-
do like these guys do. They actually take photos. They go out on a day. They take some photos,
Yeah.
and then they just keep them.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
the
like meal
archive them.
prepping.
They
It's kind of
archive
like
them.
meal prepping because you
Yeah.
can't wake up every day and have enough inspiration to go do all. I mean, some people can. I
Yeah.
can't. So sometimes you just gotta say, I'm gonna get enough content for the next 2 weeks today.
And I would say maybe, I don't know, if it motivated you to go take pictures and take content, maybe go buy a separate camera that would maybe, entice you to go do that if you like that kind of stuff. Luke Berge says, everyone take note.
Never piss Dane off.
Yep, when you're near a flight of stairs, doesn't go well. No.
Dane
I told him
pushed you
the
down
story
Did you
of a
push him
kid
down the
who used to
stairs?
bully me back in middle school. He'd always knock out my binder out from under my arm.
Yeah.
One day, after months and months of this, and that's the thing, people
You
know me as a
pushed the
super
kid down the
Wait,
Hold on,
Wait,
hold on.
months?
Dane.
You
Yeah,
did
months.
this for months.
You
Yeah.
know how patient I am.
I know
Yeah.
you're
I
very
will put up
patient.
with people's BS for a while.
Obviously months and months.
Unfortunately, if people decide to test my patience, they may
on the
suddenly
wrong,
find
it's the wrong
themselves
day. It's like the
on the
day you walked
wrong-
in when I asked you if you needed an alarm clock.
Put it this way. He started
I had one,
bullying
and I
me
was
at the
willing to let him
top of
borrow
the
it.
stairs, and he found his way down those stairs very quickly and never bullied me again.
Because
Dane, you
So-
pushed the
because you
kid
Dane,
pushed a kid?
Dane killed a guy.
Dane
is
killed
what
a guy.
happened.
Dane killed a guy in middle
The problem is
school.
these guys think I pushed him.
Oh,
You tripped him.
I'm not
You-
going to say what I did. I'm just saying he wound up down those stairs
You
fast.
threw your binder at him.
No.
I know what happened.
Dane, you set up a
Dane's
trap
not
of
gonna
some
admit
sort.
to it
It
on
was
Has
a
live
trap.
anybody-
TV.
okay,
A
has
Home
anybody
Alone
watched 300?
situation?
No.
Oh, Dane kicked a guy in the face.
You Xerxed him?
Oh my gosh.
You Xerxed him down the stairs?
Laughing.
I can neither
his name's
confirm
not
nor deny.
Xerxes.
Not
What's
Xerxes,
that was
bad guy.
the bad guy. What was the
He's just-
messenger's
This was a
name?
Sparta kick.
It was a Sparta
This
kick,
was
yeah.
this was middle school, guys. I was being picked on by this
Now
one
remember,
guy
Dane
So
relentlessly.
you were
was-
still a minor. You knew that you wouldn't go to jail for long, so you did what you had to do.
Hey, you
and
know
were
what?
tried
Sometimes,
as a minor.
but that's the story
But
Dane
I,
has now.
I will
and
be
no one-
so
no one
nice
gives
to
him.
people, and when they don't at least have bare common decency to be a human being to other
Oh.
human beings, you
Those
test my
great plates.
patience on the wrong point. It's game over, man. sorry,
Well, and I understand that,
but
Dane.
not sorry.
So he
You know?
so he butlered him. So
butlered
Gerard
him.
Butler, is the main
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
He butlered him down the stairs.
Yeah. Well, when I was a young child in middle school as well, I would be the guy that walked around and knocked the binders out of people's hands.
Oh, good.
But
That's
usually
nice.
what happened was when I first tried that, I'd get hit in the face. No, I'm just kidding. I never did that.
Yeah.
But no, I understand.
Just imagine 6 straight months of walking
Yeah.
down the same hallway for 6 months. A
Yeah,
guy runs
no,
up
I
behind
can-
you, hits the binder out from you. All your papers go everywhere. You're on your
So
way between
frustrating.
classes.
Did
trying
you
to
have a
get
trapper
somewhere.
keeper?
Yeah, among other things. It was just a binder
At
full
least
of
the
papers.
trapper keeper did keep.
I
the
didn't
binder.
organize it well though, so it was always
Okay.
loose.
Yeah.
Are you sure you weren't the kid with the zip-up binder?
Oh, I had a zip-up binder. Yeah.
He's a son of
But the
Jeff
problem
Hennon.
was the
Jeff Hennon has
zipper
a
was
zip-up
broken,
binder.
so it never.
Oh,
yeah.
you were one of
The
those.
zipper's always
Yeah.
broke on those things.
Yeah, they
That's
don't
terrible
last very
quality.
long.
Because the kids would
Well, Dane
hold him by the little zipper and
What I
throw
love
him
is that
across the
Dane
floor.
decided not to take nothing from nobody that day.
He
He
did.
was
Yeah.
done.
I
with
put
it.
up with a lot before
He
because
let 'em know.
I give people the benefit of the doubt so often, and then they end up disappointing me
So-
at some point.
Let it be known.
Don't do it.
Don't
Don't be a jerk to people.
piss off
okay?
Dane when you're near a flight of stairs.
Just
Luke
don't.
Berge, words of wisdom.
Bring them trees.
Nick Matt Skowowski. Any towels comparable to the Knight Rider or Drago? The Knight Rider had the red fabric
Oh, it
edge.
did.
So the Knight Rider was a Korean 365, and the Drago
Oh,
was
man, we
a
got a lot.
Chinese 365. So no, there isn't anything other than the 365 edgeless that you can pick up.
Yeah.
We are working on a replacement for the Drago. It will be out hopefully this year.
And it
So
will be worthy.
G Davis. Oh, that's the word. Hans. eBay listing for the blanket has ended.
Dang it! Who got that?
I don't know.
don't know.
Alkaline Trio. Anthony, what about all day MR plates for the Evo or Mr. All Day?
Too many
He
letters.
doesn't even drive it. He's not,
Bionicle.
it's not even
Sweet.
registered.
That's the first time I've been called Brionica. My name is Brian. Let's see how you butchered that.
Always a buster.
Brionica. That's it. That's it.
Brionica, no!
G Davis. When will the Saucy Dane Polaroids be available with orders? Very nice.
Oh, man.
Luke says they also autograph banners for graduation parties. We do.
Yep.
Matthew Nolte
known to
recommended finishing pad. Rupa's yellow or LC HDO black. Already have Lake Country microfiber cutting, Buff and Shine 50/50 microfiber, LC HDO orange. We'll be using Max Shine 15mm long throw. Just want to prepare for the paint correction on my 2012 Ram I asked about earlier. So Matt, either one will work. Figure out what's going to work best for you. Rupa's yellow or black HDO. Sometimes you'll get to the step with the HDO orange and you'll be happy. You won't
Yeah.
need to go any farther. Alkaline top hat, 900 GSM. That would be great. It could be a good anxiety blanket. You're right. It's very weighted. It's delicious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luke, Hans, I'll let you get an extra 1% profit in our restaurant.
Okay.
Gotta scroll down.
G.
scroll
Davis's
down.
after school special. Don't touch my binder. The Dane Hennon story.
Oh my God.
Hans,
Hey, I'm not condoning violence here. I'm just saying I let it go on for way too long until I finally had to solve it in the fastest, most abrupt way possible.
and the comments disappeared, Tim.
Oh,
There you go.
disappeared. There we go.
All right. Hans says, Luke, I'll be balling then. OC Marco, thank you very much. Probably won't buy a camera, though. By the way, Morgan, nice glasses. Now we just need Dane to wear some, and the whole family will be styling.
You know what's funny? I actually am supposed to wear
So
glasses.
Dane
and
is
I just
actually
haven't.
Dane is actually supposed to be driving with glasses,
That's
and he
not true.
doesn't. And that is what's so scary is he is breaking the law every day.
But at least
And that's
he's
why
not
the importance
listening
of
to
adjusting
music.
his mirrors is so important.
so important because he can't see. So
I'm farsighted, guys.
spends
I
a
can't
long
read
time
stuff this close.
looking.
I can read stuff down there. I read your comments fine.
Okay. He's got eagle eyes. Alkaline top hat. I once was deaf for an hour after getting
Ooh.
boxed in the ears.
Ooh.
8 years later, I found out that guy was busted for dealing meth. Karmic justice.
Okay.
Karma
Very
Cop
nice.
got him.
That's a
Luke
that's
Berge,
a fun
dang,
story.
Dane, I was trying to torture you for the next several weeks, but you had to share the story.
I'm just gonna share it, man. I'm
Hans,
not gonna let you
Luke,
hold that over
better
me.
watch out, man. You might get pushed off the stairs next time.
Yeah.
Brionica. Brionica is the name of a move Dane used to make the bully appear at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh my God.
Bionicle.
That's a weird
Uh,
name for a finishing
Luke
move.
Berge.
but okay.
Well, after getting that email from Carolyn about me talking on the live stream, if I ever show my face out there, they might start taking turns shoving me down the stairs.
We tried
Oh.
to shadow ban.
G. Davis. Fun fact: the kid who bullied Dane was Dylan Von Kleist.
It really probably would have been Dylan. I would like to know what Dylan did in high school.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
was
Pure.
The
was he-
nice thing is, Dylan and I are old enough that we were already out of school when you guys achieved.
Yeah, Dylan
Yeah.
gives that a sense of like a reformed dude. You know,
A
I was
reformed
a
bully?
reformed- what do you mean a reformed dude?
like
Like a
he
reformed-
clearly he was a little harder edge back in the day.
So-
And now he's like a good buddy. He's cool. He's chill.
But I was a good kid.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
had
no-
your days too.
No, I was a good kid in high school, but I was also on probation all of high school.
Good
Okay.
kid on probation.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do bad
what
stuff.
what I found is that the bullies in high school, right, never really. I mean, they never got caught or they never really got punished. I mean, everybody knew they
No.
were bullies, and it was just like an okay thing.
Mhm.
It was never like nothing was ever going to be done. Like I remember at one time,
Unless you got
I
really hurt.
I literally saw this kid, right, sitting at his table. He was a really nice kid. Yeah, he liked anime and stuff like that, whatever, right? He went and got himself, whatever, like a drink from the gas station, kind of similar to something like this, right? This dude, right, walks up to this guy's the table and thing, slaps the drink, this full drink,
Oh.
all over the kid. And
I
and
hate it when
and the
people do
kid
stuff
just
like
literally
that.
sat there, right, and just took it. And my freaking tech teacher, or whatever it was, the computer tech teacher, saw it. He literally saw it. And I look over at him like, what are you going to do about that, right? Didn't say a word. Literally act like he didn't even see it. And I'm
See,
like,
that
man.
not cool.
And I was like, I saw that crap, dude, and I was like, are you
and
kidding
that's
me?
why you
So
don't
you
send your
didn't do
kids to
anything either,
school
Anthony.
in Meridian.
Dude, that guy would have crushed me. That's the thing. I was one of those guys that I didn't get tall, and I didn't get I didn't get tall till like my senior year.
Yeah.
This was one of those kids. I was a sophomore in high school who was like a super senior and
Built like a
was
linebacker.
like 220, muscular. Probably was taking some type of anabolic steroid at that
Yeah.
age, and just didn't even
So,
care. But
crazy. So what you needed to do back then, you already did in middle school. You didn't hang out with Seth.
Yeah,
what-
no, I
what
knew
you
him in
needed to
high
do-
school. I
right.
didn't know him in junior.
So in
high.
high school, that's when you get Seth as your best friend,
Hmm.
and Seth just has to look at people.
He just stands there. He towers
He's
over
the biggest,
everyone.
sweetest kid in the world. He will never
get
lay a finger.
Hodor.
But if you didn't know him, you'd be
But
scared.
if you didn't know him, so when Seth, my little brother, when he used to work for me, now my brother is like 6'6" and almost 400 pounds. He's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would send him to go get money to dealerships that owed me money. I would send him with invoice. I was like, go get a check and don't leave there until you have a check. And he'd go, oh, okay, what do I do if they don't give it to me? I say, you just tell them that
Stand
you'll
there.
wait.
You just stare.
You just look at
Stand there
him.
and say you'll wait. Say Levi wants paid. And he'd go, oh, okay. And what I loved was he's so black and white.
Mm-hmm.
He would literally walk in, drop those, and go, Levi says you owe him for this much. And it was a full open balance invoice. Like, it's
Levi wants his money.
I need $6,000, guys. You owe me a check. And he'd drop them and give them all the invoices and the open balance and say, you guys are behind. You owe us money. And they'd go, okay. And then they would call me and go, you didn't need to send Seth down, dude. Like, I was getting you a check. It was going to be in the mail. And I was like, yeah,
They
but you
clearly
know
don't
what?
know
He
Seth.
was dropping off a car, and it's easy. It's easy enough to send those down. But I appreciate you writing me a check. That's
Way to
appreciated.
play it off. Nice.
Yeah.
Easy.
Here we
However,
go.
Seth was
So
the biggest pussycat there was.
Matthew Nolta says, can't wait for the completion of the new media building. Saw that video last night and was totally stoked.
Nice. Thank you.
Glad
Those
you
Did you
guys
do
like
finger
killing.
that.
guns, Dane?
Yeah, I did.
By the way,
Bring back
when the
bullying.
next detailer, when's the next? Okay. No. When the next detailer's domain event, I went to pay Phil a visit Tuesday. Always fun to see the shop.
So I gotta call Phil and figure out the dates on that. We're probably looking June again. We've always hold it like the second weekend of June. We're gonna try and work that same thing. We gotta just sit down and work on it. Usually we do it at about the end of the month anyway.
Future president is a big fan of Stairway to Heaven.
No,
Okay.
that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
G Davis, we need to find a bully for the first, or find the bully for the first show in the new studio.
Then
Yeah.
you need to let it go on for 6 months and me not say anything until it's too late.
Jonathan Beckham,
Oh my God.
Bend It Like Beckham, says, when does the
What?
training start? I asked because I miss
He misses Boise.
Mrs. Boise, but I am worried about how it was changed since late. Oh, it's changed a lot,
It's
man.
changed a lot, Jonathan.
Yeah.
So we haven't, the building hasn't even been completed yet.
Yeah.
And once the building's completed, then Anthony and I will sit down and we'll probably schedule out some dates for the year of when we're going to be doing trainings. And then we'll be posting those on the Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. Now, it will be for a fee. So, but we're going to try and make it a really great value for folks.
Yeah.
So.
And late 90s, like he was starting to see the beginning of stuff changing.
Well, let's
but
just
it's
say
changed a
late
lot.
90s, 1998, you could drive down Eagle Road and there was nothing on Eagle Road.
Now
It was literally an exit that they added to the freeway, and
Yeah.
people were like, why is
Why
there an
is that
exit to
there?"
nowhere? There is literally an exit from the freeway to Chinden, and there is nothing out here. This is weird. Why are people doing this?
And now it's the busiest road in the state, pretty
Yep.
much.
I remember me and my friends, summer 1998, driving out there going like, this is stupid. Why would people, like, this
so
is
Eagle
farmland.
Road is as old
So
as
Tim,
me.
please scroll
Yes.
down.
So,
Looking
What?
for that scroll.
yeah, we
There
drove
go.
from down Fairview. We drove, you'd get past 5 Mile, and it would
Yeah.
just be the Golden Wheel, and then that was it. There was nothing else past it
Oh.
until you got to, what's the main, to almost Main Street in,
Are you
in
talking about
Meridian.
on State Street?
no, Fairview.
Yeah.
It was basically to Main Street in,
Yeah.
that was about it.
Downtown-
In Meridian, that was
Old
it.
Meridian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was pretty much nothing until then.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So it's just farmland.
Then it turns into Cherry and
Yeah. And then Cherry, that was where they moved out from, was like Old Meridian to, or downtown to Cherry Lane for Meridian.
Yeah.
But
So
now
that's-
there's no delineation. So have fun.
There's houses and buildings everywhere.
Yeah. Delphine Levi, what's up with the Master of Shine YouTube channel? So that is just my personal YouTube page. And yes, there's only 2 videos on it. They're of my children doing funny things. But if I can get to 1,000 subscribers,
The live videos begin.
I can do live videos on my page. And I think that's really what my audience wants to see.
That's your thing, because you're not a video editor by
No,
trade.
I'm
That's
just
not
gonna
what you
show
look to
up and
do.
hang
You
out
just
for a little while.
you just want to talk on a live
And
and
it'll
let
blow
people
up.
hang out.
So
and
that's
cool.
the goal. Is I'm asking everybody to just go sign up so I can get a lot of followers and we can get going live.
Yeah, he needs to hit 1,000 in order to be
It's
able to
hot
do
in
that.
here.
That's the YouTube rule. So we got a few left here.
Luke Berge, I can't wait for me and Hans bunk beds at the next door building of TRC and an IKEA and from IKEA. Luke, Minister of Fresh, just tuning in and got home from work. I hope you all had good holidays. Really looking forward to seeing the progress on the new shop space.
Yes.
Same here.
Alkaline, where was Dane and his Briannica when the kid got the drink in his face?
I
Oh,
should have
no.
been there.
Should've
You
been
know,
there.
I fancy myself something of a Batman sticking up for the little kids who got picked on. So
Whoa.
Good. Hans Closing
You're such a
says,
hero, Dane. Where's
bunk
your
beds.
fedora?
I thought Dane had made extra room in his big baller's bed. Jeez, Morgan.
that was rough.
Bennett like Beckham says, I feel for Seth. I have car doors lock as I walk by, but when they don't know, I am daydreaming about getting my Hello Kitty sleeve.
Yes, there you go, Jonathan.
Yeah.
That's just like my brother.
Do it.
Luke Berge, Dane, how is your ceiling mounted mirror? Did it fall from the?
Didn't we talk to you about this, Luke?
Luke, we told you we can't say that anymore. On that note,
It's called
All
a
right, guys.
fan.
It's 5 o'clock. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday.
Yes.
It's time to go. Thank you all for tuning in, checking us out. Make sure you go to Master of Shine, sign up,
Yes.
subscribe for all great content that will be provided in the future.
and
A
then
couple-
take a survey, Dane's going to say.
Well, that and there's some other
While
important
you're still logged
news.
into YouTube.
There are people here who have been interested in the East Coast travel vlog for a very long time.
Oh,
I
don't
think
start that. Don't
they
start that.
might
East Coast
be
travel
interested
vlog.
to know
When's it dropping?
Tomorrow.
You guys hear that?
Wow.
Tomorrow. East Coast travel vlog.
So look for
Finally,
it.
you'll get to see the face of G. Davis, the face of Luke Berge, and all of our friends.
I
from
think
the
we're
East
just
Coast.
going to drop it at
Incredible.
noon tomorrow, our time, noon.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time,
Yeah.
12 p.m.
So
Dope.
look for it there. You
Merry Christmas.
You might have some fun watching it. Just saying. So yeah, for those who are fans of our travel vlogs, you will enjoy it. It is an old trip at this point, but you know what? Time really made it fun. Looking back, seeing how we were back on Morgan's very first trip. You know that
Yeah.
was cool. Everybody had fun, and we had some goofy antics along the way. So
Yeah.
guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to look down in the comments, answer those surveys. It only takes a couple minutes. I want to know what you guys think of the show and what we can do better, things we can keep the same, and what we can change. So let us know, and that's it. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.